never guess the places that I've been. You never guess the places that I've been. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. I'm never gonna let the day begin. Never gonna let the day begin. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. Oh, don't wake me up before you go, and I'll just make this bed my home. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Better from above. Nothing's ever as it seems, yeah, except in that world that I dream of. Never gonna lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that world that I dream of. Oh, don't up before you go, 'cause I can't face this day alone. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams.
Well, looky there, we cross over the witching hour, the midnight hour in the Eastern time zone, which means we're making our way into a Tuesday, right? Close out a Monday. Okay, so everybody settled back in. I know many of our listening friends join us this morning for the first night of the new week. So we'll be making our way into the 28th day of September. Once we get through the day today, just 2 days left in September. Friday, October 1 rolls around. Hey, I've got a birthday in October. Yeah, I do. How old am I going to be? Not getting any younger, are we? So I hope your week's off to a good start. As we typically start things off with look at our travelers' weather around the country. It's a pretty quiet night. Overall, once again, a majority of the country looking good. Great night to be trailer trucking. Moving that freight up and down the highways and byways. I'm going to see a few scattered showers. I'm going to see a little bit of rain up into the Texas Panhandle region tonight. You may find a spotty shower back to the Four Corners region. Nothing really to write home about. The most active area tonight is the Pacific Northwest, where they are seeing some much-needed rainfall. Give you more on that. I got to see another surge of moisture coming ashore off the Pacific as we progress through the day here Tuesday. Some areas are going to see some periods of fairly heavy rain. But as I mentioned, once again, very much needed rainfall, especially as the wildfires continue to rage there in the Pacific Northwest. Meanwhile, in the heart of the country, have you noticed, are we jumping backwards in time? Temperatures warming up and getting It's not feeling like the dog days of summer, but we're definitely seeing above average temperatures through a large portion of the central states, especially. Yeah, parts of the midsection dealing with an extended stretch of summer. But hang on. Oh boy, a dramatic temperature change later in the week. Gonna leave us feeling like, hey, are we on a weather roller coaster or what? Summer weather not quite finished yet across parts of the USA. Record challenging heat continues to build across the north central states. Temperatures in some areas into the mid-90s, the upper 80s for this first full week of fall officially. Now, many locations in this region had an above normal summer in terms of temperatures, and yeah, we're now starting off fall in pretty much the same way. We were talking northern cities like Billings, Montana, Fargo, North Dakota, were all running well above average through June, July, August. These same areas are going to have record challenging temperatures this week. Temperatures through the northern plains going to be close to 20 degrees above normal in locations today, Tuesday. So what's that translate to? In some places, temperatures began rising above average this past weekend. There in Pierre, South Dakota, 90 degrees was the top temperature on Sunday. That was their 56th day at 90 degrees or higher this year, which is kind of bizarre because we were nowhere near that here in the Ohio Valley. The number of days at or above 90, I wouldn't expect South Dakota to be warmer than we were through the summer here, but that was the case. According to the National Weather Service in Aberdeen, South Dakota, Siston, South Dakota hit 91 on Sunday. They were just shy of the record high of 92, set back in 1974. Rapid City, South Dakota, and Bismarck both saw temperatures around 90 Sunday as well as Monday. It's going to be the same story later today. These cities going to barely miss out on an official heat wave. So a stretch of warm weather becomes a heat wave when you have 3 or more consecutive days at 90. Areas from Colorado to western Montana will see temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above average early this week. Denver looking at temperatures into the upper 80s this past day, well above the norm. It should be in the middle 70s this time of year. Cities that approached or surpassed record levels Monday, this past day, included Casper and Cheyenne, Wyoming, Rapid City, Kansas City, St. Louis, Missouri, Billings and Bozeman, Montana, even Des Moines, Iowa, and Omaha, Nebraska. St. Louis hit 92 this past day, tying the record set in 2019. Omaha surpassed their record of 92 by 1 degree Monday. Lincoln, Nebraska set a new record. Lincoln topped out at 94. I guess that really is more like the dog days of summer in those areas. Those hot conditions are going to travel northeast as the week progresses, propelling temperatures in places like Fargo and Bismarck, North Dakota, Grand Forks, Minnesota. You're dancing with record levels today. Wednesday anticipated to be probably the last day of record challenging warmth across the region as the number of records within reach begins to dwindle. However, Minneapolis could have a shot at reaching record temperatures Wednesday as well. Forecast high is into the middle 80s. The record of 89 was set there in 1897, many years ago. Now, even areas that won't be eyeing record highs, still, it will be kind of sweltering conditions this week, including Chicago and Indianapolis. Temperatures in both of those cities are going to be into the upper 70s to middle 80s. These cities generally have temperatures in the lower 70s this time of year. Wichita typically has temperatures near 80, but due to the extreme heat, temperatures can rise into the lower 90s through today. So take the heat seriously. It is actually the deadliest weather phenomenon Stay hydrated, wear light-colored clothing. We're not normally talking about those sort of things this time of year, just literally several days away from October. This high pressure, though, that's going to keep precipitation at a minimum across the central states. Over 40% of the High Plains region is in drought conditions right now. Now, for those dreaming of some cool fall weather, this heat's not going to last too long. After Wednesday and into Thursday, temperatures begin to decline, and they will decline dramatically in some areas. There's going to be a cold front pushing through the north central states Wednesday. That's going to break the heat, bringing temperatures back to where they would typically be this time of year. From Colorado to Montana, temperatures could even go from above normal to several degrees below average by Thursday as that cooler air moves in. So the warmest air will then be concentrated across Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin. Thursday, forecasters are expecting temperatures in the upper 50s for Denver. So you're going to be below average for the end of September. Temperatures finally falling back below normal across the eastern extension of the region, including Chicago, by next weekend. It'll finally begin to start feeling like pumpkin spice season in the north central region of the country. So, yeah, you get into the month of October, and that's when your fall festivals, yes, taking the kids out to the pumpkin patch, the hay ride, you start getting ready for the haunted houses and all that fun fall activity. Meanwhile, back to the Pacific Northwest, forecasters watching for another round of wet weather. More rain, some more mountain snow, and cooler conditions for your Tuesday. Folks in the interior and coastal Northwest breathing a sigh of relief with this next round of rain, as many locations have been experiencing below normal precip for the past several months. Seattle is running well behind. Dry conditions have allowed many large wildfires to rage out west, particularly further south in parched California. Over 3.1 million acres have already burned as a result of nearly 70 large fires burning across 11 states, most of which obviously out west. So drenching rain will help douse areas from Northern California, extending north along much of the I-5 corridor into Washington and across Idaho, aiding in the firefighting efforts across that region. You saw some rain. It was relatively light Sunday and Sunday night. We saw some heavier rain on Monday, and it's going to remain so heavier at times here early into Tuesday as this potent cold front passes over Washington and Oregon. Lower elevations anticipating a half to maybe an inch of rain. The west-facing slopes of the Olympics and Cascades could see 2 to 4 inch rainfall totals. That would be very beneficial. Now some of the higher elevations in Oregon and Wyoming did pick up some of the first accumulating snow of the season with last weekend's storm. Many more locations are going to see their first taste of wintry weather. Snow levels are going to fall as that cool air pushes into the region. High winds anticipated mainly along the coastal areas and the higher elevations. Most of the snowfall should be confined to elevations above 5,500 feet. So not concerned with many of the passes. Snow above the pass levels. The rain and snow showers becoming lighter later in the day Tuesday as the storm extends further inland into Idaho and northwestern Montana. Things really do begin to wind down then on Wednesday. As I look at the current radar scene, most of the heavier precip is north-central portions of Oregon, southeastern portions of Washington, areas from east of Yakima up towards Spokane. Some of that heavier rain is going to be pushing through the Spokane region during the overnight hours tonight. Beneficial rains on up into northern Idaho as the system progresses on over to the east. So aside from that, again, most of the country looking good. A quiet night, relatively speaking, as far as Mother Nature's concerned. Great to have you with us here. What are we looking at? Let me see, from our YouTube and Steve Sommers Overnight Drive Facebook feeds this morning. Some of our friends chiming in. Hank, first out of the box there on YouTube. Timothy says, good morning. Richard's on board. Pappy on board for a short time. Yeah, he says, good evening, everyone. Good evening and good night. I think he's only going to hang out maybe for the first hour, but got a busy day coming his way, so got to get up at an early hour, so he'll be getting some rest. Hello to Randy. Hey, it's Steve Areno. Yes, it is. And no, that's not the number. It's 844-3388. Hello to Kentucky Ken, Montana. Everybody truck safe. Have a great day. Mr. Q, as he likes to refer to himself. Kenneth, Mr. Q is on board. Justin says it's a nice night in Hoosierville, headed to Indianapolis. Everybody have a great day. Cooling down here in Idaho. It's quick, too, checking in. Hello, Larry. Afternoon to you as well. Hammer down, everybody. Hello to the tapeworm checking in. Be safe tonight. Enjoy the ride. Copy in the mail with Chevy Guy. Morning, Steve. Jay says, Steve and all the overnight listeners. Got 64 degrees here in Nashville. A clear night. Beautiful driving weather for those maybe passing through the Nashville area. Yes, indeed. Hello to JS. Yeah, he gave us a ring this past morning for the first time. He's always on board, listening in. Morning, Steve. 66 here in Butte, Montana. Have a great day. Be safe out there, everyone. Heat wave checking in from the Hacienda in New Mexico this morning, where it's clear, a little breezy, and a cool 60 degrees and dropping. I'll be back on the road Thursday morning. High pressure pumping, checking in from Fort Wayne in Indiana. Everybody have a safe, great day out there. Safe travels. All right, get to some of our other listening friends coming up here. Around the country, again, it's 844-844-3388. Rolling into a Tuesday, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
You're listening to the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
Pure Flow Air Dog, your leader in fuel air separation system technology. Our systems filter out water, particulates down to 2 micron, and remove all of the air out of your diesel fuel. This allows for nothing but pure, clean diesel fuel to reach the expensive injection system equipped in your vehicle. Not only do our fuel systems protect, they also come in a variety of flow rates to meet your performance needs. Our systems are compact and use OEM-style fittings for an easy installation. Learn more about our product at www.pureflowairdog.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Protect your investment with Pure Flow Air Dog.
Drivers, you demand that your equipment's reliable and dependable, and that also applies to your headset for communication. Well, our friends at Stellar Electronic have you covered. The Pluto Duo headset bundle is the best communication headset you can find in the industry. No matter the challenging environment you're driving in, the Pluto headset will make you sound crystal clear all the time thanks to their 99% noise cancellation. And the Duo's not only a stereo converter for the headset, but also a power bank so you can charge as you go. Learn more at StellarElectronic.com or visit them on Facebook.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced system shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits. To maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system, there's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
Because Channel 19's a little congested. Call Steve now at 844-844-3388. The Overnight Drive.
Well, let me see here. Just got an email from one of our listening friends who was that Scooter checking in this morning. Said, Steve, I'm just south of Findlay, Ohio. I'm seeing a little bit of lightning off to the southeast. Any storms in the area? Yeah, there is a little bit of precip out there, Scooter. I really had to zoom in. It's nothing widespread. I mean, I'm hard-pressed to see anything that would be producing lightning, but yeah, a little bit of rain. Let me see from, just the south and east side of Canton. Yeah, kind of right along 77. There is a little thunderstorm there in, Baltic, Ohio, south of Berlin. Yeah, maybe could be getting a few flashes of lightning out of that particular cell. Aside from that, yeah, there's a few more spotty showers down into southeastern Ohio tonight. Not just very hard pressed. If you get into the rain, you'll be out of it in short order. So, but yeah, that's what you're seeing there. Great to have you with us, Scooter. Be safe out there. Hello, Jolly Green Giant. What's going on? How's your week starting out?
Good morning, Steve, and all the cartoon characters out there. The week is starting off on the wrong foot.
Uh-oh.
I'm already running an hour behind schedule, and it is raining on the Jolly Green. I'm a little bit south on 74, going a little south of Indianapolis, and it's raining. Also, the Jolly Green, I'm going to tell you what not to do when you're at home is lose your balance and fall backwards into the bathtub, because that's what the Jolly Green did this morning.
Uh-oh.
And I had to get the heating pad out, and the little woman had to put on some heating back cream. But I'm not feeling too bad tonight. Had a good weekend. I got a new smoker coming in on Tuesday, so this weekend, Jolly Green's going to be smoking meat, baby back ribs, and pulled pork this weekend. And trying to see what I wanted to talk about tonight. Oh, my wife was telling me, and I'm not going to name the grocery chain, this grocery chain in Cincinnati is having problems with their managers verbally abusing their employees. I just had this is the second incident in the last 3-4 months. They had an employee that committed suicide at one of their stores because of some, I'm not really sure if it was verbal abuse or kidding. I'm not really sure what it was, but the young man committed suicide. We just had another incident at a different store. And this one was verbal abuse by the executive manager, and she went outside to take groceries out to a customer, come back in, and she got stung while she was outside. A 16-year-old young woman got some frozen hash browns out of the cooler to lay on the bee sting, but didn't have her allergic shot with her. The manager said that was gross what she was doing, and she basically pointed out to the manager that this is not the first time that he has talked to her in an unprofessional manner, and he basically told her, right there's the door, don't let it hit you on the way out. So she left, and I told my wife that this is totally uncalled for. They're so desperate for employees. Why are they treating their employees and being unprofessional? I don't get it. And I will tell you where I work, the trucking company I work for, I take my hat off to the owner. He is, he's got his managers trained. We have a policy here, and it's a policy that we all have to be professional. Mm-hmm. That means we have to watch our language, et cetera, et cetera. We treat each other with respect. And I actually am all for that. So anybody that works besides trucking companies, I really suggest you start treating your employees with respect and start being professional, because good employees are too hard to find. So I will be listening, Steve, and I'm going to try to get this week off to a better start, maybe tomorrow, and then I'll keep you posted on I'm going to a grocery chain to get some baby back ribs and some more pulled pork. I'll keep you posted on my smoking meats this weekend.
Okay.
So either way, have a good night, and I will be listening, Steve.
Hope it all goes well. All right. Thank you so much for checking in, the Jolly Green Giant. Let's a couple of updates this past day. Let me jump over here. First of all, the White House issuing guidance late last week in regards to these vaccine mandates that would require most federal contractors and subcontractors to be vaccinated by December the 8th. All right, the guidance from the Safer Federal Workforce Task Force is broad, and it does not include a vaccination exemption for the trucking industry. Jay Grimes is OOIDA's Director of Government Affairs, advising truck drivers who work as a federal contractor to contact the federal entity that you are contracted with for further guidance on the need to get a vaccine. The guidance issued will apply to a wide variety of companies and individuals who conduct business as federal contractors, he says. There are no exceptions for any industries, including trucking. Be advised that the executive order generally only covers businesses that enter into, extend, or renew contracts on or after October 15th, and for contracts valued above $250,000. And now, if you work as a federal contractor, please check with the federal entity you're under contract with for any specific questions regarding the guidance. In most cases, federal contractor employees will need to be fully vaccinated by December the 8th. OOIDA is continuing to review the guidance and is in communication with the Department of Transportation, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, and the Small Business Administration regarding the potential implementation of any mandate. We did touch last evening on, what do you call it? The unintended consequences was the word I used. Unintended consequences. Headline number one, hospitals fear staffing shortages as the vaccine deadline looms. You know, at the midnight hour, 26 minutes ago in New York, that was, I believe, the deadline for many of those workers there. And there were thousands, tens of thousands, who had, as of last night, had yet to be vaccinated. Headline number two, dozens of Massachusetts state troopers resign over the vaccine mandate. Of course, we've been talking for months. Law enforcement on a national scale having a hell of a time finding employees, keeping employees. You know, all the unrest and anti-police sentiment we saw in 2020 following the George Floyd thing. Not good news. These state agencies and local agencies can't afford to be losing dozens of officers. As I said, the unintended consequences. All right, Scrapyard, what's going on this morning?
Oh, what's happening, Captain? Got a road report, I-40 westbound in Arkansas. That overpass that I called about earlier, mile marker 18, it's like an old farm road with no access to the big road. They're back out there working on it again. Got the left lane shut down, and barrels are across the center line, and they're out there working on it. It's real tight under there, so nobody should be going through there with an oversize if they can help it, and darn sure not going through there if they've got a hayload. That spark's just flying all over the damn place out there.
I mean, that's the same thing that was going on the other night, right?
Yeah, they've been working on that old overpass out there. It had a lot of rotten metal on it, and it's one of those where these farm roads, little county roads, crosses over. and there's not much around there for people to make. I think there's only, from what I looked at on the map and all that, there's no other side roads that ties in to this road that goes across there. So therefore, they got to keep that one up and operational. And but it's real tight under there. They're shoving you right up against the uprights on the right hand side, real close to it. So somebody coming through with an oversized, they may want to get off there at Dyer exit 20, and then jump over south of the interstate, pick up Highway 64, run it up to Alma, ALMA, and then jump back on at the 13 there if they're oversized or hauling hay.
Okay. Well, appreciate the heads up, Scrapyard. Aside from that, everything, how's your night starting out? Everything going all right?
Well, just out here dodging skunks and drunks, and at the traffic's been pretty rough tonight. Of course, since they had that medical marijuana law went through here, it's a crapshoot every night at getting out here and trying to do it to it, and all that. It's amazing how many people get blistered out of their brain cells and then decide to grab a steering wheel.
Well, thank you for the heads up, and thank you, and be safe out there. Have a great night, and we're up to what do we got? A bottom of the hour. We get a news break in here, and that's almost comical. Steve sent me an email a few minutes ago. He says, "Did you catch where Marsha Blackburn says, hey, you can't call 1-800-Taliban to vet these unvetted Afghan evacuees." According to the report, apparently only 3% of the evacuees were actually vetted. Okay, I pulled up the rest of the story. Yes, she was on, I guess, Fox Business this past afternoon. You're talking about the evacuation of Afghanistan, people who were not vetting and trying to vet them, on the back end, when there's no way to do so. Due to the disorder in Afghanistan, only 3% of evacuees were vetted under the process for special immigrant visas. There's no telling who. 97%, in other words, 97% of these Afghan evacuees, who are they? Who do they sympathize with? All right, we'll return after this. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News. I'm Brad Bernards. Project Veritas on Monday released Part 3 of its Exposed COVID Vax series, exposing Johnson & Johnson officials who said children do not need the COVID vaccine because the long-term side effects could be dangerous.
Honestly, I don't think a kid needs to get it. It's a kid. You know? You shouldn't have to get a vaccine. You're a kid. You know? You just don't do that.
On Monday, the Senate met to vote on a continuing resolution advanced by House Democrats to fund the government through December and provide emergency aid for areas affected by Hurricane Ida and Afghan refugees. In a roughly party-line vote, the upper chamber failed to meet the 60-vote threshold to begin debate on the resolution, a move which denied the bill from advancing to a vote. This is USA Radio News.
Does your business spend $500 a month or more on gas and electric bills? Did you know by making a simple free phone call, you can save up to 25% on your bill every month? What could you do with a 25% savings on utility bills every month? Energy deregulation is now available in your state. Making one simple phone call will show you how we can lower your gas and electric bills instantly, with no changes to your bill and no enrollment fee. This is a free service. The only thing you'll notice is a lower bill every month. Call U.S. Power and Light right now. Learn how easy it is to lower your utility bills for your business and save money. We promise. So if you spend over $500 a month on your gas and electric bills, please call right now and unleash your savings. 800-941-3381. 800-941-3381. 800-941-3381. That's 800-941-3381.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Summers Overnight Drive.
You work hard. You deserve a seat that works just as hard as you do. The Bostrom T-Series seat has provided drivers with comfort for millions of miles over the past 3 decades. Each seat is built right here in the USA and has 4-position front cushion tilt and higher low-profile air suspension with Isolator. It's also equipped with many standard and optional comfort features, such as high and mid backrests, 9.4-inch 4-aft slide adjustment, adjustable armrests, and manual or dual air lumbar support systems to keep you comfortable throughout your ride. Build your T-Series seat today at BostromSeating.com and ensure your ultimate comfort for wherever the road takes you. Bostrom Seating, the ultimate comfort for the open road.
Whether you're a diesel pickup performance enthusiast or just looking for a small upgrade, when selecting common rail fuel system components, look no further than Exergy Performance. At Exergy, you'll find injectors, pumps, and more, engineered like no others on the market using state-of-the-art equipment run by people that have been in the business for decades. So if you're in the market for common rail components at any power level, contact Exergy Performance or one of the many dealers listed on our website at exergyperformance.com.
The Hot Shot Secret Facebook page gets a lot of robust Q&A about diesel problems and their solutions. We listen to our customers. Here are their words straight from their mouths about Hot Shot Secret everyday diesel treatment. Our fans call it EDT.
I'm John Sharp, aka Jay Sharp from Newburgh, Pennsylvania. Using EDT, my local fuel mileage went to average of 22 to 23, and my highway MPG went to 26 to 28.
Hi, I'm Danny. I'm from Arizona. I drive a 02 Ford Excursion. I use EDT at every fill-up, and my mileage went from 12.5 miles per gallon to 14 miles per gallon. I highly recommend it.
Everyday diesel treatment delivers a 6-in-1 premium fuel treatment for every fill-up, every time.
Everyday diesel treatment is available at truck stops, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and online at HotShotSecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you tired all the time? Growing older is a fact of life. Our skin starts to wrinkle, muscles get weaker, and our energy levels plummet. If there was a product that may help you slow down these symptoms of aging, would you be interested? I want you to go to getonthegel.com. That is getonthegel.com. Watch this 4-minute video that explains more about this amazing product. Or call us at Youth Fountain HGH today at 513-472-0699 for more information.
Dean Michael, the tax doctor, here with Tax Help MD. As many of you know from Steve Summers' show, I've been helping professional drivers solve their tax problems. I can help you too. If you've been struggling with back tax debt, call me now at 888-557-4020. Let's face it, these problems aren't going away all on their own. You need professional help so you can sleep better at night knowing you're in good hands. It's like I always say, keep your eyes on the road, I'll keep my eyes on the IRS. 888-557-4020.
For anything diesel, take it to Shy Diesel. They provide a wide variety of services and diagnostics to determine what the problem is with the latest technology. From simple oil changes and preventative maintenance to fuel system diagnostics and repairs, engine rebuilds and cylinder head repairs, and rebuilds with our in-house machine shop. They also have on-site DPF cleaning for exhaust issues and DOT inspections. If your diesel is asking for some attention, Shy Diesel has the specialist you need for anything diesel. Located in Terre Haute and Lafayette, Indiana, and Effingham, Illinois, Shy Diesel has you covered.
The Overnight Drive with Steve Summers. Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios. Call Steve now. 844-844-3388. That's 844-844-3388.
All right, back at it here for those who were not with us for our Sunday night, Monday morning program. One of the topics out of the box was these supposed shutdowns that were going to take place on Monday. And supposedly there's another round slated for other areas today, or the 28th day of September. I cannot find anything. I've not seen anywhere where there were any shutdowns, any disruptions to travel. There were a number of interstate areas that were slated to see these slow rolls or complete stoppages here in the Cincinnati area, where my home 20 is. And Pappy said they were not aware of any areas that saw any delays, any shutdowns. The local Fox affiliate said no sign Monday morning of truckers staging protest of COVID vaccination and mask mandates causing any disruptions on local highways. Officers were monitoring things because they were aware of the calls via social media for truck drivers to participate. As I said last evening, I had not yet spoken to anyone. I mentioned it on the program last week when I first came across the headline. None of our callers were even aware of it, had no plans to participate, so I kind of figured it'd be a bust. Highway Patrol was keeping an eye on the situation. No sign of any demonstration in the Cincinnati area or elsewhere, they tell us, in the state of Ohio Monday morning. So, I know Dayton, Columbus, we're all supposed to see some of these things. Highway Patrol in Columbus says we continue to monitor the situation. No known issues at the time. Both the Cincinnati Police and the Hamilton County Sheriff's Office were on alert this past morning. All right, so we had touched on the message that had gone out from Cincinnati's Hamilton County prosecutor. Said anybody participating in a call to block traffic or shut down traffic is going to be drug out of their truck and put behind bars, and your truck would be towed. So, again, we saw nothing. If you're elsewhere in the country, again, and maybe you did see some issues, feel free to share it. But all right, back to the calls. What's happening, Steve? How's your week starting out?
Pretty good, Steve. This is actually my Tuesday. I ended up working last night. So, I guess when the work's there, you got to take it because God only knows how long it's going to last with the way this government is taking over stuff. Steve, if somebody brought this up last week, you want to shut down the country and hold the government hostage, just have the fuel drivers go on strike for a week, see what happens. This country would come to a dead stop.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you got to do. Shut the fuel down. Look what's happening in the UK right now with the, they can't get drivers to haul fuel. They're running out. I love Marsha Blackburn, Steve. I wish we had, 60 senators like her, but she's a lone voice in the Senate.
Yes.
But she does a lot of good work for the state of Tennessee. Her and that other senator, what's his name? I forget. Moretti, I think. Steve, I wonder if these tree huggers, these climate activists, do you see them protesting out there about the how much paper the White House had to use to print up that reconciliation bill, that $5.5 trillion package?
How many?
I think it was 2,000 pages long.
Wow.
So, Steve, how many copies did they have to make? They give every member of Congress a copy, and every member of the Senate a copy, and all the staffers get copies. So how many trees do you think they had to use to...
Yeah, that's a lot of paper.
Isn't it? But you don't see anybody protesting about that from these climate change activists. But speaking about climate change activists, they shoved something else in that bill, Steve, that I found out. About $45 billion they're trying to set up this deal. It's called the CCC. Kind of ironic, and it's got nothing to do with China. It's called the Citizens Climate Corps, and they need about $5 billion to get staffing in place and so forth. And what it is, I guess, is cleaning up the forest. They're going to put more trails in national parks, but $45 billion, Steve. And they basically said that only, I believe, $100 million of that money was going to go to cleaning up the forests out west to try and put a stop to these wildfires, which Donald Trump had talked about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Clean up the damn forests, and this wouldn't happen. But, just another, slick move by the Marxists to throw in there, that our taxpayers are going to end up paying for. Steve, do you know that I just heard last night that in 1 year, the Biden administration, now this does include the $2 trillion COVID rescue plan that was passed while Trump was in office. So if you include that $2 trillion, they plan on spending $15 trillion, Steve, in 1 year. Because this bill that they're trying to pass isn't $3.5 trillion; it's really $5.5 trillion. If you look into it, and then on top of that, they want a $6 trillion budget. And then they had the nerve, Steve, to come on. Even the spokes idiot today was at the White House talking about how this isn't going to cost Americans one dime, not $1, Steve.
Right, yeah, right.
It's all free.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that amazing? This is just amazing that this is all free, that we're not going to have to pay this back. It's just incredible. I mean, Steve, they are destroying, if this thing goes through, they are going to destroy this economy, and it's not going to take very long. Not very long at all. Talked about this week in and week out, and I don't know if we can stop it. I really don't. It's really sad. The only positive thing that's happened in this country, Steve, over the weekend was the United States took back the Ryder Cup. That was pretty cool. Those fans, I heard you talking about it last night. Those fans out there whistling straight kind of sounded like a Trump rally with the USA chant.
Yeah.
So they were pretty pumped up. It was a great golf tournament. It's fun tournament. But that's a gorgeous course up there. I actually stayed at that Blue Harbor Resort, and they got some beautiful beaches up there in Sheboygan on Lake Michigan. But I think when I stayed there, Steve, over Labor Day weekend, I think I had a 3-day package, and it only cost me about $400, not $4,500. So that was kind of crazy when I heard that. Steve, have you ever heard of John Wood?
John Wood. Doesn't ring a bell.
He used to work. Well, not many people know about him. He used to work for George Bush 43, back in the day. He was a Bush guy. Well, Liz Cheney is putting him on that deselect that investigation for the Capitol riot. The committee, the deselect committee.
Right.
Yeah, she's got him on board. He's going to be the special investigator, special counsel on the investigation. So what does that tell you, Steve? This is all political. She's got a Bush guy that's going to be on the special counsel. George Bush is out there with her campaigning. I understand Dick Cheney and Bush were, together, this and that. But this is all political to destroy Donald Trump, Trump supporters, Republicans, conservatives. She doesn't give a damn about the Capitol. This has all got to do with politics. And not only that, Steve, I can't believe these Republicans aren't standing up and trying to fight this thing, because what Nancy Pelosi did, first of all, is not in line with the Constitution, which she doesn't believe in anyway. But that committee is supposed to be bipartisan. And when Kevin McCarthy, if you remember, selected 5 or 6 Republicans to be on that committee, what did she do? She shot them all down. She wouldn't take them. So these Republicans ought to be taking this to court. and fighting this, because this whole thing is a sham. You know, it's a circus show. I think people have talked about this before. But, yeah, there's just so many things going on, Steve, right now. It's just so hard to keep track of all the BS that these Marxists are trying to push down our throats. But this spending package, what they talked about, how it's not going to cost taxpayers anything, Steve, they're coming after us. I mean, they are going to hit. Remember, Joe Biden said nobody under 400,000 is going to get taxed higher.
We knew that was a lie.
That's just a load of crap, because you got to attack the masses to bring down the economy, and we are the masses. So look out, it's coming. But that's pretty much all I got, Steve. I hope you have a great show, and have a good morning.
All right, yeah, yesterday we already had remember for the last how many months, every time they talk about Janet Yellen or the Fed chairman and all that, saying that inflation is taking place right now, but it's going to be short term. It's only going to be for a short period of time, and it's going to stabilize. And I think anyone with a lick of sense said, no, that's not true. They're now admitting, it looks like this whole inflation thing is going to last longer than we thought it was going to last. And of course, they're trying to shove $5 trillion in spending through this week. Where do you think that's going to send inflation? Well, if you're saying through the roof, yeah, you're correct. Real quick, before we get a quick 2-minute timeout, he mentioned Marsha Blackburn, and she was talking about 97% of these Afghan refugees not having been vetted, and we're bringing them in. She said, we've got people bringing in these men that are bringing in their child brides. We've already seen these assault cases. There's already an indictment that's been issued. We know there's an investigation taking place on the attack on one of our female service members. These are individuals who have not been vetted. There is a very specific vetting process for our special immigrant visa holders. But look, out of the people they got out, that they were bragging about, this was an extraordinary success, was their words, only 3% were visa holders. 3%. And now they're trying to vet them on the back end. That's where she said, by the way, you cannot call 1-800-TALIBAN and find out if somebody's who they claim they are, because your government institutions, your processes are non-existent in Afghanistan. Because the Taliban is a terrorist group. So they weren't vetted, and there's no way to, moving forward, vet them. Yeah, you can sit them down, ask them questions, interrogate. But you don't know if they're telling the truth or not. It's about 8 before the hour. Back into the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced system shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits, to maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system. There's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
For anything diesel, take it to Shy Diesel. They provide a wide variety of services and diagnostics to determine what the problem is with the latest technology. From simple oil changes and preventative maintenance to fuel system diagnostics and repairs, engine rebuilds and cylinder head repairs, and rebuilds with our in-house machine shop. They also have on-site DPF cleaning for exhaust issues and DOT inspections. If your diesel is asking for some attention, Scheid Diesel has the specialist you need for anything diesel. Located in Terre Haute and Lafayette, Indiana, and Effingham, Illinois, Scheid Diesel has you covered.
You work hard. You deserve a seat that works just as hard as you do. The Bostrom T-Series seat has provided drivers with comfort for millions of miles over the past 3 decades. Each seat is built right here in the USA and has 4-position front cushion tilt and higher low-profile air suspension with Isolator. It's also equipped with many standard and optional comfort features, such as high and mid backrests, 9.4-inch fore-aft slide adjustment, adjustable armrests, and manual or dual air lumbar support systems to keep you comfortable throughout your ride. Build your T-Series seat today at BostromSeating.com and ensure your ultimate comfort for wherever the road takes you. Bostrom Seating, the ultimate comfort for the open road.
Keep the bugs off your glass and the smokies off your ass. This is the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
At some point we'll be hearing from Horse Feathers this morning. Tip of the hat. I shared the link on my Facebook page this past day. Over the weekend they had the get together for the top fundraisers, top 30 drivers that raised funds for the Make-A-Wish convoy there in the Delaware, Susquehanna, blah 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 region that he's been promoting for years. And photograph there presented to the 2021 top 30 drivers. Number 21, Will Tutton, a.k.a. Horse Feathers, for raising $3,500. It's got that's the certificate in recognition for your outstanding achievement in support of Make-A-Wish and the Mother's Day Truck Convoy. Thank you for driving us closer to granting the one true wish of every eligible child. Yeah, so they had to get together, the dinner and the ball game, and he'll be starting, seeing as he was number 21, he will be starting 21st in next year's Mother's Day Make-A-Wish convoy. So a tip of the hat. Got a lot of comments this past day, and congratulations from many of our listening friends that saw that. So, good job there, Horse Feathers. And, of course, he wanted to say thank you so much to Hot Shot Secret. What got him into the top 30 was that night when we were interviewing the Make-A-Wish people, putting it all together, telling about the convoy, and Kyle said, "You know what? Hey, we're gonna be a corporate sponsor," and that donation via Hot Shot Secret they allowed to be put under Horse Feather's name. So he pretty much says, "Thank you so much to Hot Shot Secret. $3,500 raise, that goes a long way in helping grant wishes for the kids." What do you say, Knuckle Buster? Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Steve Summers. Well, we'll give Horse Feathers a bag of Oreo cookies and a glass of milk. How about that?
There you go.
Well, that make his day. That make his day there. I'm gonna tell you something. I wouldn't take any advice from our government. I don't trust any of them anyway. They don't give good, solid advice as far as I'm concerned. Now I done that shutdown today. Sure did. I took my 10-hour break just like I was supposed to in a safe haven there.
There you go.
I didn't see anybody down there in Dallas blocking traffic for no unspecified reason. Morning rush hour, but that was about it there. Kentucky Ken, that was that guy that was a cop and then became a truck driver again, right?
Kentucky Ken, that is correct, yes.
Okay. I heard you say he was in Texarkana just as I was going through Texarkana. He's on his way to Houston, but I'm on my way back to Memphis. Could tell you again, if you're still listening, when you get down there to Carthage, Texas, go west on Highway 149. Don't make that left on 59. Go right. Go west on 149 around there to Highway 315 west. Run it all the way over to Mount Pleasant, Texas. Get on 259 south. Bring you right back down into 59. You'll save 30 minutes on your trip there, driver.
Okay.
So have a safe trip down through there. It's nice, good running. Well, now we got all that good info out of the way. Did you read where old Shaquille O'Neal, he said he's done with all that being rich and famous there. He says them people are crazy. Well, I already knew that. I could have told him that a long time ago there.
Right.
The sheriff, he warned them rookie off-road drivers to stay off of Black Bear Pass after another nasty crash. Apparently you can't go up it but one way, and this woman driver, she went up it the wrong way, and they was up there trying to get turned around, and she fell off the side of the cliff with her off-road Jeep there, Steve. So, that wasn't a good deal there, you know. Wound up getting in the hospital with that there. And for all you NASCAR fans, this thing is called the Little Talladega Airbnb up there in, let me see where the name of that town was, Sonoma, Missouri. It's got a Tuscan-style home, 8,500 square feet. It goes hold up 16 people, 12 beds. Let's see, it's got a racetrack, all kinds of good stuff out there, Steve. And it only rents for $2,500 a day, man. Well, $2,530 a night plus service charges. And that probably don't even include what your old creepy old Joe in taxes, right?
Right.
Yeah, well, only in Florida, man tried to trade in a vehicle from the same dealership he stole it from. See?
Oh, man, that's a dumbass of the week nominee for sure.
I know that's right. I don't blame him for trying to trade it in. It was a Dodge there. He should have just taken it to the junkyard there. So that's all my baloney for this go around. We'll call in later on tonight there. That guy down there in Florida, man, that takes a cake on trying to trade it back in. So, all right, have a good morning, Steve.
All right, there you go. We've reached top of the hour, so we close out hour number 1 as we roll into a Tuesday. Get a news update. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News. I'm Brad Bernards. Rick Grinnell, the former acting director of national intelligence and ambassador to Germany, said on Newsmax Monday he hopes that when Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Mark Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin testify this week before Congress, they are ready to answer very specific questions about the Biden administration's decision to close the Bagram airfield long before the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan.
Military leaders are saying, wait a minute, that's not what we briefed. And the political people inside the White House are saying, well, that's exactly what they briefed. And so we need senators and we need people in Washington, D.C. to zero in on this. Who's right? Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
2 people were killed in Philadelphia on Saturday, pushing the city's total number of homicide victims this year past 400, a milestone that has only been surpassed once since 2007. This is USA Radio News.
The Giza Dream Sheets are the perfect companion to a MyPillow, the best thing you'll ever put on your bed. Call 1-800-951-8175. Ask for the Giza Dream Sheets special you get, by the way, by using my promo code USA. You can go online also to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special. You can save up to 66% on anything in the MyPillow website. Check it out, MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
a good bingo or bingo or any other bingos.
Bingo lovers, you have to try Bingo Treasure, the bingo game you play anywhere. Go to bingoRadioUSA.com from your smartphone, your tablet, or your computer and play Bingo Treasure for free. Play one card, play more. Work your way through the maze of bingo fun. Bingo Treasure is bingo at the next level. Go right now to bingoRadioUSA.com for your free account and free play. Join the bingo revolution. It's free at bingoRadioUSA.com. That's bingoRadioUSA.com.
Any other bingos in the house?
Border Patrol agents are mad and upset that leadership is throwing them under the bus, a top official with the agency's union told Fox News in Del Rio, Texas. National Border Patrol Council Vice President John Anfinson tells Fox News.
The agents feel like at all levels of management, from CBP to DHS to the White House, that they've been thrown under the bus because no investigation has been completed, yet you're hearing the president say these people will pay. The secretary echoed those sentiments, and then Friday, of course, CBP's commissioner basically said the same thing. So agents are upset.
Images of Border Patrol agents on horseback pursuing Haitian migrants went viral with erroneous accusations that the officials were whipping the immigrants. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a measure Monday that makes vote by mail permanent in California, coming after the tactic was used in 2020 and was left in place during this month's recall election. The Democrat governor issued a statement as he signed Assembly Bill 37. This is USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, and I want to tell you that arthritis is not a genetic thing. It's not a disease of aging. Neither is osteoporosis. Get a hold of my book. It's all in your head. It goes into the 25 different diseases you get when you have osteoporosis of the skull. These are all reversible. You take the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, the MSM, vitamin D3, stay away from all the bad foods, including gluten, and guess what? You'll regrow all your bones, including your skull and your legs and your hips and everything else. Contact us at usaradiohealth.com. That's usaradiohealth.com.
Representative Jim Jordan, Republican of Ohio, the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, has asked Attorney General Merrick Garland to explain why prosecutors dropped a series of cases connected with the Justice Department's clampdown on Chinese espionage. In July, federal prosecutors filed motions to dismiss charges against 6 Chinese researchers who had been accused of hiding their ties to Chinese institutions or the Chinese military. Tim Berg with an update on the Bryan Laundrie search.
Police are scaling back the search for Bryan Laundrie in a southwest Florida nature preserve. Northport Police spokesman John Taylor telling media outlets the FBI is taking the lead in the hunt for Gabby Petito's fiancé, adding the search will be targeted based on intelligence. Dog the Bounty Hunter also searching for Laundrie.
We have a special hotline, 833-CALL-DOG, and we've gotten over 1,000 leads. So Francie and I really started this 2 days ago. So we're going through all those leads, right? It's incredible. Pictures of him here, there. We're going through all those leads right now. I would say within 48 hours, we probably will have a location where we start the tracking at.
That audio courtesy of Fox News. From the USA Radio News Phoenix Bureau, I'm Tim Berg.
For USA Radio News, I'm Brad Bernards.
At Hot Shot Secret, we share the science behind common diesel problems and their solutions. For example,
ultra-low sulfur fuels.
The primary function of diesel fuel is combustibility. One of the little-known aspects of fuel is its role as a lubricant to metal-on-metal moving parts. The introduction of ultra-low sulfur fuels diminishes the fuel's ability to lubricate because sulfur, which has been mostly removed, has lubricating properties. Hot Shot Secret Everyday Diesel Treatment with LX4 delivers unmatched lubricity. Third-party testing confirms that it takes 3 times the amount of leading fuel treatment to match the lubrication benefit of 1 dose of Hot Shot Secret. Everyday Diesel Treatment is a fully formulated 6-in-1 premium fuel treatment for every fill-up, every time.
Everyday Diesel Treatment is available at truck stops, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and online at HotShotSecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
A Super Farm test puller backs up a tough call. The Trump truck makes a perfect call. And the two-wheel and unlimited champions dial up some long distance at the Enderley. From National Tractor Pullers Association headquarters in Columbus, Ohio, this is the NTPA Overnight Radio Report. For the 34th time overall and the 15th time in West Central Ohio, the Enderley Pull-Off delivered on its founder's promise to reward the ones that run the hardest. And as the sun was setting on Sommers last Saturday at the Champaign County Fairgrounds, the nighttime was the right time for the stars of the 2021 Grand National Circuit to shine. In 9,300-pound Superfarm tractors, Brian Anderson turned down a winning run on the Checking Out International 1206, then turned around and won it again. Jason Benser's Plastic Money, Lee Butts' Press On, Dave Whelan's turn aboard the Ferris's Assorted Nuts, and Russ Freeze's Dirt Tracks were all within 11 feet of the win. In 7,500-pound modifieds, Jeff Rose had his giddy-up triple set on kill and towed the Ironman Green all the way to 368 feet. That edged Tom Owens' Ramblin' Rose for the win and bested Brett Berg's Moneymaker, Doug Christensen's Pack Rat 4, and Corey Kielmeyer's Double Trouble. In 7,500-pound Superstock Diesel 4x4 trucks, defending champion Shane Kellogg was a midweek replacement, and he came to win. His Trump Dodge was too much for season regulars Todd Dugan's Angry Shine and Angry Farmer Penetrating Spray, as well as Nick Gallette's Top Shelf and Brian Withrow's Nut Job 2. In 8,000-pound Superstock Diesel tractors, we were down to 3 after Steve Burge's Lock and Load could not answer the call. Kent Payne's Super Rooster IH-1066 could and did and made an Enderley winning 325-foot pass. Travis Schlabach's Bone Twister and Mike Beck's High-Tech Redneck were only 8 inches apart in second and third. In 2,050-pound modified minis, Chase Richardson's Vibrator may have been shaken loose from a championship, but it got its revenge on Funny Little Farmall with an Urbana win. Sam McCrary's Carbon Copy, C.J. Greshik's Pile Driver, and Bruce Slaw's Show No Mercy were 3rd through 5th. In 6,200-pound four-wheel drive trucks, it was a sweet sound turned sour due to breakage, but Ben Ellis will take it. His Benjamin Chevrolet will need some engine work, but he caught the big check ahead of Jake Zaring's 2 rides, Rule Number 19 and Fathead's Eyewear, Carmen Foster's Foster Child, and Ted Skelton's Rock. In 6,000-pound light unlimited modified, Steve Bollinger's Money Pit laid down yet another A to B pass to win the last hook of the year. Jason Gibson's Youngblood Joker's Wild made arguably its best run to date for a strong second, while past champs Doug Theobald's Full Blown Wicked and Keith Wason's Super B and the Night Train of Mike Shaneman were 3rd, 4th, and 5th. In 6,200-pound light superstock tractors, champion Rex Kuhn requested the test hook for his Commander Ford in the afternoon meeting and made it count. Adam Spiegelberg's Detonator Black and Zach Linville's Ridge Runner were also past 300 feet, while Marcus Wedelson's Gunpowder and Lead and Mark Hootman's Hooters Scooter were behind the traditional finish line. That wraps up the first 8 classes of Grand National action on the twin tracks of the Champaign County Fairgrounds. We'll revisit the final 4 Super Semis, Pro Stock Tractors, 2-wheel drives, and Unlimited Modifieds in next week's edition as we tie a bow around the 2021 regular season. But you can watch or re-watch all the action from the regional and Grand National performances anytime you want at ntpa.tv. This Friday, October 1st, Hillsdale, Michigan's Hillsdale County Fair Poll hosts the last national action in the northern United States for the year. Details, as always, at ntpapoll.com. Reporting for the NTPA on the Overnight Drive, I'm John Dunlap. Stay safe and pull home.
Back at it here, round number 2. Making our way into a Tuesday. So Scooter sent me the email. Hour number 1. Talking about seeing the lightning off on the horizon. He was up, where was he? Up in Findlay, I think. Well, I stepped out the secret bunker, get a smoke there, top of the hour, and I'm looking off to the north, and I'm seeing some lightning. I'm like, go back to the radar. Yeah, in the past hour, we've watched a line of scattered showers, thunderstorms come together through central and western Ohio. So right now we've got, let's see, nothing in Columbus just yet, but along I-70, right along I-70 from west of Columbus, I'm looking at. And most of the activity is south of I-70 now, so from Cedarville, it's a pretty good thunderstorm. Scattered thunderstorms rolling up through Dayton, Camden, just north of Oxford, have another cell that's popped up over in southeast Indiana. Yes, from between Connorsville and Brookville. Some of those storms, if they hold together or continue to develop, some of those could be dropping through our area in the next couple of hours, but yeah, all this development in just the past hour. I pulled up our local forecast, and it's like a 10% chance of rain, so it's supposed to be a sunny day for your Tuesday and a sunny day Wednesday. But yep, got some scattered thunderstorms out there. Hey, with that, let's get back at it here. Over the weekend, you may have seen where a judge forced federal prosecutors to release some of the surveillance footage. I believe it was 6 different videos. Surveillance footage from the Capitol building back on January the 6th. Despite claiming the video would endanger national security, what we see in the video is far from an insurrection there in the Capitol. Instead, unidentified men in black, you see, systematically entered, opened the doors for what was, you'd have to say, perplexed protesters who were just kind of meandering in, and they just kind of mingle around. They're taking pictures. Videos are not showing that violent rush, any part of an organized attempt to overthrow the government. That's the word insurrection. It's another blow to that narrative that January 6th was worse than September 11. The worst attack on our country since the Civil War. It also illustrates how far the federal government's been willing to go to push false perceptions. Why did they hide the footage in the first place? And why do we not know who are these men in black? But we know who every other random grandma is who took a selfie at the Capitol that day. For a long time, onlookers have suspected that the reason is that the FBI had agents and informants at that protest. That has now been confirmed, at least in one case. The informant in question was a member of the Proud Boys. And while it doesn't say specifically, I'd guess it's the same guy people have suspected all along was working for the FBI. Not going to mention the name here because the fact checkers would love to ding this article. But he is an outspoken personality that just happened to be one of the only attendees that the Department of Justice did not charge for being in the Capitol building. Surprise, surprise. I think it's a distraction to focus on this one informant, though, as someone who has watched many prior leaks from the government get published by the New York Times or the Washington Post. This kind of thing only gets printed if it's an attempt to get out in front of a much bigger revelation. Remember that recent leak to the Washington Post involving John Durham's indictment of Michael Sussman? Their write-up made it sound like Sussman was innocent. Then the actual indictment dropped, and it was far, far worse. That's the pattern going well back into the Trump years. That's what's happening right here. The FBI needs to normalize for the public the idea that they had people participating in what happened on January the 6th. That way, when we learn who the men in black are that opened the doors, or something else related to the FBI's involvement, all of a sudden it seems like much less of a big deal. Just priming the pumps, as they say. That's one step in. So now they've got this whole investigative select committee looking into what transpired. During the line of questioning, do you think, is anybody, seeing as it's all Democrats, anybody in that group going to question? Did the FBI have informants in that group? Who were these men in black? That it's on video. You can't deny. They actually opened the doors, and you see people just kind of meandering in with their cameras out, photographs like, wow, look at this. Hey, it's pretty crazy. All right, looking at 17 past the hour. Back to your calls here on a Tuesday morning. What's happening this morning with the Eagle? What do you say? Hello, Eagle. I'm not hearing snoring, but I'm not hearing Eagle either. What's going on, Chevy Guy?
Yeah, let me say it for Eagle. No help at this time of the morning there, Eagle. Appreciate it. Sleep tight there. Sweet dreams. Oh, this thing with videos is amazing. It just, I called because, you're saying, truckers that are working for contractors, you're going to have to, I'm thinking, the government at one time in my life depended on the employers to do their job, and when I think back in, 79, I come out, I was still in the Navy, but I come out of active service. I still had 3 years inactive reserve, and I got my chauffeur's license. Well, and I did that in Ohio, and I got my chauffeur's license, and I think it was a 25 question test in Ohio there. And when I started to head out, the man that gave me the license handed me the PARS book. He said, "Now, young man, anything you need to know about trucking is in this here PARS book. Chains. If you want to know your chains, how many chains per load." I mean, he gave me great advice on that, how to, it was, here I was totally ignorant of the trucking industry. But right there was he said, if you don't know, all you got to do is crack that book open and find it, and it will tell you. And so I actually had the given knowledge of trucking at the time in my hand when I walked out that door with my chauffeur's license. Now I'm good with the government, man. I was good with the government, and I was able to get a six-wheel truck driving job. Limestone, spreading it. I did that during the day, and then I'd work a Lawson store at night. And the only reason why I worked so hard when I was young because I could buy more cars. At one time, I had 4 cars sitting in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I only had 1 license tag. Yeah, I just keep moving the license tag around on these cars. I don't know what I did when I was young. I survived my youth, I guess. But the truth of the matter is, everywhere I went, when it comes to real trucks, and that was real work. That was a lot of work. Them 6-wheel jobs I used to run, I worked my butt off. But to get into the big boys, you had to have 5 years experience. The companies, 5, they had to have 5. They wanted 5 years experience, and they did the job, So it's amazing how our government used to trust us back in the day, and then trusted the employers to make sure that they had qualified drivers in their equipment, and I feel I'm only 64. My God, it just feels like a different world that we lived in. Before I step out, maybe Eagle woke up by now. Pappy, that picture of him on your page, or delivered donuts to his buddies.
Right.
They ain't a filthy Krispy Kreme in one of them. You know what Krispy Kreme reminds me of? You ever seen chicken poop? Those were genuine cake donuts. Dunkin' Donuts, buddy. Pappy ain't going to deliver anything but the best to his buddies. And that's all it is. That's all it is to it. So, other than that, I'm going to sit back, copy the mail, and enjoy the show. And pray one day that our government will trust us again.
So you're,
but I don't see it.
Are you telling me
But
you are a Dunkin' versus a Krispy Kreme fan? You don't like Krispy Kremes?
I got news for you. You filthy Yankees know one thing. You know how to handle ice and snow and a hot cup of coffee with a dadgum cake donut. So you say, I mean, face it. You want a donut to warm up over the winter time? You ain't gonna eat no crispy, snotty Krispy Kreme, crappy, snotty, crispy, nitrogen-looking crispy. I mean, face it. I don't know what they put that. It's like they scrape the icing off of a wedding cake, shove it into. I don't know what that is, and it's a paper thin cover. It might be cardboard. Who knows? And then they tell you to eat it. It's nasty stuff. I mean, if I could get you a bowl of sugar and a spoon, you'll be fine. It's cheaper than the Krispy Kreme donut. Other than that, I'm going to sit back. Now I made everybody mad. You know, I do have that talent. I've been told I have that talent.
You've done it on more than one occasion. Sacrilegious. Yeah, my wife, the princess, has nothing positive to say about Duncan. She is the quintessential, especially when the sign says, hot donuts now. Honey, get off the interstate. There's a Krispy Kreme. We got to stop. Loves her Krispy Kreme. It's 24 past the hour. Back into the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
You're listening to the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
PureFlow Air Dog, your leader in fuel air separation system technology. Our systems filter out water, particulates down to 2 micron, and remove all of the air out of your diesel fuel. This allows for nothing but pure, clean diesel fuel to reach the expensive injection system equipped in your vehicle. Not only do our fuel systems protect, they also come in a variety of flow rates to meet your performance needs. Our systems are compact and use OEM-style fittings for easy installation. Learn more about our product at www.pureflowairdog.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Protect your investment with PureFlow Air Dog.
Drivers, you demand that your equipment's reliable and dependable, and that also applies to your headset for communication. Well, our friends at Stellar Electronic have you covered. The Pluto Duo headset bundle is the best communication headset you can find in the industry. No matter the challenging environment you're driving in, the Pluto headset will make you sound crystal clear all the time thanks to their 99% noise cancellation. And the Duo's not only a stereo converter for the headset, but also a power bank so you can charge as you go. Learn more at StellarElectronic.com or visit them on Facebook.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced system shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits. To maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system, there's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
Because Channel 19's a little congested. Call Steve now at 844-844-3388. The Overnight Drive.
So the hunt for Brian Laundrie continues. And according to the updates I've been hearing, law enforcement's beginning to wind things down there in Florida. I don't think he ever went hiking there. I don't believe his parents would have even tipped police to where they think their son may have been. I think they were actually trying to lead them on a wild goose chase. But here's the update. Several people have reported seeing Brian in Boone, North Carolina. See, according to this post, they say, we know he's very familiar with the Appalachian Trail. Very well could be on it. So they share several pictures for people who haven't really been following the story. Then there's an update on the reward, which I guess, this is what brings Dog the Bounty Hunter out, right? that were something like up at $120,000. The Buhoff Law Firm in Florida, $20,000. Gabby's parents offering $20,000. Gabby's neighbor, $5,000. The MJ Morning Show, $25,000. Sean Whalen, $50,000. There's a rancher with more than 30 years' experience with the swampy conditions in that 24,000-acre Carlton Reserve there in Sarasota, Florida, Sarasota County. He said this past day, he doubts Brian would still even be alive 2 weeks after disappearing. If he were in there, there's no surviving out there, he says. I don't know how to say it. I've been in the woods, in and out, all my life. I've learned a lot in my life. The one thing I know is no one's going to survive out there for 2 weeks on foot. Now, he's been using his knowledge to help the Northport police and the FBI in their search. Dozens of local and federal officers have spent the last 10 days scouring that preserve, dealing with the tough landscape, the heat, the dangerous wildlife. They found no evidence that he's there. Northport police told a Tampa television news station that they're scaling back the search. They're turning leadership of the investigation over to the FBI. Now, as I said, some have speculated that Laundrie never went to the preserve to begin with. Instead, went to some other location. There was a shared video with Dog the Bounty Hunter. He showed up at the Laundrie home over the weekend. In a televised interview, he said it's more likely that Laundrie went to the Appalachian Trail, the 2,100-mile public footpath that runs from Georgia to Maine, which was one of his favorite trails to hike. Now, he had spent several months there in the past. He's an outdoorsman, so he's been there before, and yeah, undoubtedly you'd probably want to go somewhere where you would know the terrain. And it's a 2,100-mile trail, so that's where things appear to be leading direction-wise as far as the search for Brian Laundrie. But a $120,000 reward. I think there's a lot of bounty hunters out on that trail looking for this guy. All right, let's see. Heat Wave going to be checking in next, after which lines are wide open. It's 844-844-3388. News break, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News.
I'm Brad Bernards. Dwayne Dog the Bounty Hunter Chapman is investigating a tip that alleges Brian Laundrie, the fugitive fiancé of Gabby Petito, went into a Florida campground 75 miles away with his parents in early September, but only 2 of them were seen leaving. He told Fox News he received a tip on Monday that Laundrie's parents spent the night in Fort DeSoto Park with their son twice in early September.
In Florida, in Fort DeSoto, it's almost dark. So we had a very good lead come up today that he was down here in this park, not very far away. We checked our lead out. It is confirmed.
The Federal Communications Commission Monday announced the start date for a $1.9 billion program to repay U.S. telecom carriers to rip and replace network equipment manufactured by China-based companies. This is USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Michael, creator of Michael's MNP supplements. Let's talk energy. Do you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep? Does keeping up with your family and or your job leave you exhausted by noon? Do you find yourself turning way too early in the day and too often to caffeine-loaded drinks just to get you through it all? Why not turn to Michael's MNP's Energy Factors instead? Our energy factors are safe, healthy, and a natural way to keep your body energized and without that caffeine crash that you get from those laden drinks. Visit us today at michaelshealth.com.
This is Pastor Greg, and I use Energy Factors. They're great. Order yours today at michaelshealth.com. That's michaelshealth.com, and use Pastor Greg for your special discount. That's Pastor Greg, and get your special discount today.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Hi, this is Pete Matouche. In 1999, my brother started the Turbo 3000. We're proud to continue on with his legacy.
The fuel that you've spent your hard-earned money on is completely burned, and that's your profit going right back where it belongs, in your pocket.
For our Canadian customers, you can get the Turbo 3000 from manufacturer direct. Call us at 888-567-1007. For a limited time, save $45 off total purchase using coupon code STEVESAVES at turbo3000.com.
For the last 15 years, the Big Rig Mattress has been manufacturing a premium residential mattress for over-the-road truckers. The main support component of the Big Rig Mattress is an individually pocketed spring cord that delivers the optimal amount of support exactly where you need it. Check out thebigrigmattress.com to learn more about this exceptional mattress. Many sizes are stocked and can ship within 72 hours. Custom sizes also available. 100% made in the USA since 2009.
At Hot Shot Secret, we share the science behind common diesel problems. For example,
turbocharger spool time.
Turbochargers are designed to increase the efficiency and power of the diesel engine by forcing compressed air into the combustion chamber. Temperatures inside the turbo can reach upwards of 400 degrees. The oil meant to lubricate the bearings will burn, leaving behind a sticky residue called stiction. The turbo's ability to spool up quickly is hindered because the stiction-covered bearings can't spin properly. Hot Shot Secret Stiction Eliminator cleans the stiction from turbo bearings, reducing spool time, and builds maximum boost sooner in the RPM range. Stiction Eliminator is a synthetic cleaner plus nano lubricant that contains no harmful solvents and is formulated to be left in the engine to safely dissolve stiction for thousands of miles. It works as you drive.
Hot Shot Secret Stiction Eliminator, available at truck stops, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Drivers, you demand that your equipment's reliable and dependable, and that also applies to your headset for communication. Well, our friends at Stellar Electronic have you covered. The Pluto Duo headset bundle is the best communication headset you can find in the industry. No matter the challenging environment you're driving in, the Pluto headset will make you sound crystal clear all the time thanks to their 99% noise cancellation. And the Duo's not only a stereo converter for the headset, but also a power bank so you can charge as you go. Learn more at StellarElectronic.com or visit them on Facebook.
For anything diesel, take it to Scheid Diesel. They provide a wide variety of services and diagnostics to determine what the problem is with the latest technology. From simple oil changes and preventative maintenance to fuel system diagnostics and repairs, engine rebuilds and cylinder head repairs, and rebuilds with our in-house machine shop. They also have on-site DPF cleaning for exhaust issues and DOT inspections. If your diesel is asking for some attention, Scheid Diesel has the specialist you need for anything diesel. Located in Terre Haute and Lafayette, Indiana, and Effingham, Illinois, Scheid Diesel has you covered.
Pure Flow Air Dog, your leader in fuel air separation system technology. Our systems filter out water, particulates down to 2 micron, and remove all of the air out of your diesel fuel. This allows for nothing but pure, clean diesel fuel to reach the expensive injection system equipped in your vehicle. Not only do our fuel systems protect, they also come in a variety of flow rates to meet your performance needs. Our systems are compact and use OEM-style fittings for easy installation. Learn more about our product at www.pureflowairdog.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Protect your investment with Pure Flow Air Dog.
Because Channel 19's a little congested. Call Steve now at 844-844-3388. The Overnight Drive.
Thank you much, and welcome back. Steve brought it up earlier. Look what's happening in the UK, where thousands of gas stations ran dry over the weekend. According to an industry group, the motorists scrambling to fill up. Supply disruptions due to the shortage of truck drivers, they say. The Petrol Retailers Association, representing almost 5,500 independent outlets there, stated that about 2/3 of their members had sold out of fuel, and the rest were partly dry or running out soon, which has sent virtually everyone scrambling to fill up. And as I mentioned last evening, it's reminiscent of what happened with the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack earlier this year here in the Southeast, where word gets out and everybody starts hoarding, which just makes the problem that much worse. All right. Meanwhile, under our industry headlines, that would be good news for Hardin County, Kentucky this past day. An announcement from Ford that they're going to build 2 electric battery plants that will employ 5,000 people. Yeah, it's being touted as the largest economic development project in Kentucky's history. The plant will be located on a 1,500-acre site that was, at one point in time, they were using this to try to lure a Hyundai plant just south of Elizabethtown. Governor says this is a historic day for all of Kentucky. In an interview with WLKY this past day, this is the largest single investment ever made in our state. We're talking nearly $6 billion, 3 times larger than nearly anything we've ever seen before. This ends weeks of speculation over this mega project hinted at by the governor's administration. Kentucky will provide Ford with a $250 million forgivable loan. They will convey ownership of the site and invest $36 million in workforce training. Now, there are multiple performance benchmarks. Ford qualifies to have the entire loan forgiven once the company hires 90% of those 5,000 employees that are expected to work at the site. Bashir says, I think this is more than fair, especially if you look at other projects going around the country. The battery plants will be a venture with Korea's SK Innovation, which will supply Ford's emerging fleet of electric vehicles. Ford was attracted to the locations, the size, the proximity to Interstate 65, which bounds the east side of the property, and a railroad line which bounds the west side of the property, as well as the available utilities and labor there. The whole package really came together pretty nice. We could not be more excited to be in the state of Kentucky, according to the Ford spokesperson. Executives from Ford and SK Innovations are scheduled to join the governor, along with local state leaders, today at the Capitol to make some sort of a formal announcement there. Plants are expected to open in 2025, and obviously you'll see the economic ripple effects from the construction, the parts suppliers, the local growth, the development. And when you build a big facility like that, you have additional development of restaurants, convenience stores, more jobs that come in. So that's, as I said, good news for Hardin County, Kentucky there. All right, back to the phones we go. Hello, Heatwave. What's happening at the Hacienda this morning?
Good morning, senor. Oh, not a whole hell of a lot. Well, that's nice. Hardin County is getting 2 Ford plants there. And hell, who knows, by 2025, we might have this offshore backup of container vessels cleared away, so they might have a chance at succeeding in their venture.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see here. Yeah, I got an update on my AC. I know people out there are going, God, we hate hearing this. And I got to tell you, folks, God, I hate living it. So, I called the installation people and talked to them, and they said they had given that bunch all the information they wanted. So I called the home warranty folks, and I said I want to talk to a supervisor. And of course, the first level peons are trying to take care of things, and I got on them. I said, look, this has been going on for far too long. I've had to make the calls. I'm done talking to lower echelon people. Right now, it is time for a supervisor. Supervisor got on, and I said, look, I don't know what the problem is here. I said, you've been notified by the installation people the correct part number. I said, it's been 5 weeks, of which 4 of these weeks y'all ain't done crap. And I said, so I'm going to escalate this. I said, I will notify the Better Business Bureau and the appropriate New Mexico authority, and we're going to see who has the last laugh in this one. I said, so since we're having issues, I said, can you do a 3-party call? And he says, no, we're not set up to do that. We can only do it within our company. And I said, well, I can on my cell phone. So I said, if you will please hold, I will get a representative from the company that y'all are having problems with. So I did. And both women were online saying, yes, we're here. And I says, okay, y'all 2 hens cackle, get this over with. And then when y'all come to an agreement, I want to be part of of what's going on, because I am the victim here of someone screwing up. So about 10 minutes worth of talking from one company to another on my phone, we got it resolved. So we'll see what happens. I hope they can get this thing installed soon. I know it's getting cooler here in New Mexico, especially at night, but when you have lupus and not varicose veins, but vasculitis, what is cool to us folks that aren't afflicted by that is still sets your skin on fire. And so it's got to be extremely cool in the house for those 2 ladies to be, my wife and my daughter, to be comfortable. So I got that out the way. Lordy. So no football reports due to marriage.
That's
wedding
correct.
Go okay?
Everything went good. Yep, they had beautiful. It was an outdoor wedding. They had beautiful weather, and yep.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So, anyways, I just thought I'd call and raise a little ruckus up here. That after the pre-show and after-show call-in line, let me tell you, those folks are relentless. And I think we're going to have to upgrade the accolade of take off to take you instead. This is. I mean, everybody likes to rag on everybody, and I guess last week it was rag on heat wave week. Of course, then again, I did open my mouth and venture an opinion, and I've learned I'll just keep my damn mouth shut. And when they say, "What's my opinion about anything?" I'll say, "I don't know. I don't know nothing.
I don't have an opinion.
I don't have an opinion."
Uh-huh.
No. Yes, you were talking about last week how Facebook has algorithms out there that will flag a post with the COVID disclaimer or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did like you said, as you well know, I put down 4 words: vaccinated, vaccine, unvaccinated, vaccinated, and COVID-19. Out of those 4 words, only 3 of them got tagged. And we'll just say the COVID-19 did not get tagged. So, yeah, they got it out there.
Anything with the word vaccine or vaccinated automatically gets hit, right?
Yes. So I thought, and I should have put a disclaimer up there that said, I'm not asking what your status is if you are or not. But I thought when I said I'm just, testing out a theory, folks would understand, but I guess I should have made myself a little bit more clear on that. So, yeah, I'm going to be home until Thursday morning. Hopefully we get the phone call at 6 a.m. to say, get your butts out there and start driving again. You know, it's always nice to come home, but I never relax. I always got stuff to do. And today was one of those days. And so it's almost like, you know, I'm looking forward to going back on the road just so I can get some damn sleep. Holy crap, this is real. But yeah, it's been an interesting week last week, and I hope this week is not near as exciting as what it was last week. All I can tell you is my co-driver is a lot more wary around steer tires when he comes to the tractor because he's always looking now. I think if he could lift it up and spin that tire around so the flat spot could come up, and the one that's on the ground, if he could see underneath that, he would be so much happier.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's got a few things he's got to do, and I don't want to be in his shoes doing all that heavy work. He's putting up a fence, it's a brick fence. So he's got a pallet of concrete, and he's got his brick, and he is mortaring up as we speak. So, yeah, I think other than that, that was about it. I just figured I'd get everybody out there to hear my melodious voice before I say good night. And everybody will be happy saying, yeah, the heat wave was there, and what a fool he is. So other than that, I guess we're going to call it a night. You have yourself a good night, good morning, and folks out there, stay safe.
Thank you so much.
We want to hear y'all later on.
Enjoy your time at the Hacienda. There you go, a little time off. Well-deserved, right? Steve, what you got? An update for us? What's going on?
Hey, Steve, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, in Tennessee, I-40 eastbound, at mile marker 55, there's a massive truck fire. I really couldn't see because all the smoke. I don't know if this guy hit something or what. The only good thing is he is on the side of the shoulder, so it's off the roadway, but they do have the highway shut down. I don't know how long it's going to be shut down, but the fire department's there putting the fire out. The whole tractor trailer was engulfed in flames. So pretty much it. I'll be heading back that way in about an hour and a half. So if there's anything further, I'll let you know.
Okay.
That's I-40
eastbound.
Tennessee, mile marker eastbound, yes, sir. Heading towards Nashville.
All right. Well, thank you for the update, and hopefully the driver is okay. And all right, what are we looking at? About 10 before the hour, and it is 844-844-3388. Looking through some of our comments here. Chevy guy making his comments about donuts. I guess we've got a little bit of a discussion about what's better. Fred says Dunkin' Donuts #1. Carol says, what's wrong with him? Krispy Kreme was a Saturday treat. Watching them donuts rolling down the conveyor belt. Chevy guy just stomped on my childhood. Right? Yep. I remember the first time going in to a Krispy Kreme there. And we're going back a number of years ago, and they were still in the South, and of course that was the big thing with my wife and whatnot, but I was pretty fascinated watching the donuts being made, and it was, I mean, you could just sit up there at the bar over at the table, and they pulled the donuts right out of the after they go through the glaze thing, and put them right on a plate or in the box. I mean, you talk about a fresh, melt-in-your-mouth donut. All right. Sean said, there's only one Krispy Kreme. All others are just inferior. See? Hey, we got some Krispy Kreme fans out there, and we got some Dunkin' fans out there. What else? How about the local bakeries, right? There are some goodies. All right, I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. It's 844-844-3388. Back into the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced system shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits. To maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system, there's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
For anything diesel, take it to Shy Diesel. They provide a wide variety of services and diagnostics to determine what the problem is with the latest technology. From simple oil changes and preventative maintenance to fuel system diagnostics and repairs, engine rebuilds and cylinder head repairs, and rebuilds with our in-house machine shop. They also have on-site DPF cleaning for exhaust issues and DOT inspections. If your diesel is asking for some attention, Shy Diesel has the specialist you need for anything diesel. Located in Terre Haute and Lafayette, Indiana, and Effingham, Illinois, Shy Diesel has you covered.
You work hard. You deserve a seat that works just as hard as you do. The Bostrom T-Series seat has provided drivers with comfort for millions of miles over the past 3 decades. Each seat is built right here in the USA and has 4-position front cushion tilt and higher low-profile air suspension with isolator. It's also equipped with many standard and optional comfort features, such as high and mid backrests, 9.4-inch fore-aft slide adjustment, adjustable armrests, and manual or dual air lumbar support system to keep you comfortable throughout your ride. Build your T-Series seat today at BostromSeating.com and ensure your ultimate comfort for wherever the road takes you. Bostrom Seating, the ultimate comfort for the open road.
Keep the bugs off your glass and the smokies off your ass. This is the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
Rolling into a Tuesday about 5 before the hour, and it is 844-3388. You know, if you want to talk about donuts, who better to talk to than the Donut Man? What's going on, Donut Man?
Oh, not too much, Steve. How are you this morning?
Doing all right.
I was figuring I'd have to weigh in a little bit on this subject since I kind of used to do this for a living.
You'd be up. I mean, when you make the donuts, what time did that process start? Like 3 in the morning or what?
Oh, every day. Hell, we'd make them in the morning and in the evening. We ran 2 shifts, fresh donuts every day.
Mm-hmm.
You had had to make for wholesale. And I know, you got a lot of these people like their crappy crud. All that is a sugar ball of grease, and it's a gimmick. You're just paying for the gimmick of the hot donut. There's really nothing to it. They just dump a bag in one end, and it comes out the other. Dunkin' Donuts, back in the day when they actually used to make the donuts on the premises, where they had a baker that was back there, cutting the donuts and frying everything. But now they're all frozen bake-off, so they're not what they used to be, but they're a little bit better than the Krispy Kreme. But if you really want a good donut, you need to find a local bakery or local, like, mom and pop donut shop where they actually make the donuts and everything on the premises. It's a big difference when you get a fresh, especially if you can find one that does a hand-cut donut. Like, if you're into Columbus, Ohio, the chain that actually I got started with a place called Jolly Pirate Donuts, and they were all hand-cut donuts made fresh twice a day in store. mean, you used to be able to walk in. Some of them had the kitchen off to the side where people can look in the window and actually see somebody back there actually making the donuts. I mean, I'm not going to convince anybody to change their mind. I'm sure I'll get people that donut man don't know what he's talking about.
Right.
You know, everybody, you know, it's just like sports teams and stuff. Everybody has their favorite. No matter what you say or point out, it's not going to change their opinion. But, you know, I just kind of have my opinion. You know, if you want to find a good donut, you just find like a local bakery, like a small mom and pop bakery or a small donut chain that actually makes them on the
premises.
And you'll notice a big difference. And there's actually a place around Cincinnati I've heard them talk about. I've never been to one. It's called Duck Donuts. And I guess when you order the donut, they make it right then and there or something like that. I don't know. I've heard of. I've never been to one, so I can't comment on it. But you know, there's just find you a mom and pop bakery somewhere or a local donut shop, and you'll be a lot happier than you would be with a Krispy Kreme or a Dunkin'. That's just kind of my 2 cents.
There you are, crapping on those Krispy Kremes. What'd you call them? A grease ball covered in sugar.
Sugar grease ball. That's what I call them. That's just my opinion, Steve, for what it's worth. It's probably a dime a dozen, you know. But everybody has their favorites.
Sure.
I don't hold it against them.
It's like, it's like, do you like Burger King and McDonald's? Do you like Wendy's? Or, you know, what's your preference, right?
Hey, give me a Burger King. I like that flame broiled myself, but, you know, that's just how I am. So, but getting ready for Saturday, we'll be down at our favorite place, the Vina Colette, because we're celebrating our anniversary, because the anniversary is on Monday. So we're going to go Saturday and have dinner and enjoy the place. So.
All right. And I'm not sure if they've got any entertainment slated this weekend or not, like live music and whatnot.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look, but we just like going there and eating. We just like the people and like the place, and you know, it's just a nice place to go.
Yep.
You know, I'm glad. I want to thank you for introducing us to that place, Steve. You know, it makes the wife happy, and when the wife's happy, I think everybody else is happy. I'm sure you can relate.
Absolutely. Yes. Yep. All right. Well, thanks for checking in, Donut
I had
Man.
to give my 2 cents.
I figured as much. I saw your name pop up on the screen. I said, yeah, the Donut Man. You've got to be talking about donuts, right? Hey, it is time for a news update here. Back after this, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News.
I'm Brad Bernards. Rick Grinnell, the former acting director of national intelligence and ambassador to Germany, said on Newsmax Monday he hopes that when Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Mark Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin testify this week before Congress, they are ready to answer very specific questions about the Biden administration's decision to close the Bagram airfield long before the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan.
Military leaders are saying, wait a minute, that's not what we briefed. And the political people inside the White House are saying, well, that's exactly what they briefed. And so we need senators and we need people in Washington, D.C. to zero in on this. Who's right? Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
2 people were killed in Philadelphia on Saturday, pushing the city's total number of homicide victims this year past 400, a milestone that has only been surpassed once since 2007. This is USA Radio News.
The Giza Dream Sheets are the perfect companion to a MyPillow, the best thing you'll ever put on your bed. Call 1-800-951-8175. Ask for the Giza Dream Sheets special you get, by the way, by using my promo code USA. You can go online also to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special. You can save up to 66% on anything in the MyPillow website. Check it out, MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
A good bingo for bingo.
Bingo lovers, you have to try Bingo Treasure, the bingo game you play anywhere. Go to BingoRadioUSA.com from your smartphone, your tablet, or your computer and play Bingo Treasure for free. Play one card, play more. Work your way through the maze of bingo fun. Bingo Treasure is bingo at the next level. Go right now to BingoRadioUSA.com for your free account and free play. Join the bingo revolution. It's free at BingoRadioUSA.com. That's BingoRadioUSA.com.
Border Patrol agents are mad and upset that leadership is throwing them under the bus, a top official with the agency's union told Fox News in Del Rio, Texas. National Border Patrol Council Vice President John Anfinson tells Fox News.
The agents feel like at all levels of management, from CBP to DHS to the White House, that they've been thrown under the bus because no investigation has been completed, yet you're hearing the president say these people will pay. The secretary echoed those sentiments, and then Friday, of course, CBP's commissioner basically said the same thing. So agents are upset.
Images of Border Patrol agents on horseback pursuing Haitian migrants went viral with erroneous accusations that the officials were whipping the immigrants. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a measure Monday that makes vote by mail permanent in California, coming after the tactic was used in 2020 and was left in place during this month's recall election. The Democrat governor issued a statement as he signed Assembly Bill 37. This is USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, and I want to tell you that arthritis is not a genetic thing. It's not a disease of aging. Neither is osteoporosis. Get a hold of my book. It's all in your head. It goes into the 25 different diseases you get when you have osteoporosis of the skull. These are all reversible. You take the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, the MSM, vitamin D3, stay away from all the bad foods, including gluten, and guess what? You'll regrow all your bones, including your skull and your legs and your hips and everything else. Contact us at usaradiohealth.com. That's usaradiohealth.com.
Representative Jim Jordan, Republican of Ohio, the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, has asked Attorney General Merrick Garland to explain why prosecutors dropped a series of cases connected with the Justice Department's clampdown on Chinese espionage. In July, federal prosecutors filed motions to dismiss charges against 6 Chinese researchers who had been accused of hiding their ties to Chinese institutions or the Chinese military. Tim Berg with an update on the Brian Laundrie search.
Police are scaling back the search for Brian Laundrie in a Southwest Florida nature preserve. Northport Police spokesman John Taylor telling media outlets the FBI is taking the lead in the hunt for Gabby Petito's fiancé, adding the search will be targeted based on intelligence. Dog the Bounty Hunter also searching for Laundrie.
We have a special hotline, 833-CALL-DOG, and we've gotten over 1,000 leads. So Francie and I really started this 2 days ago. So we're going through all those leads, right? It's incredible. Pictures of him here, there. We're going through all those leads right now. I would say within 48 hours, we probably will have a location where we start the tracking at.
That audio courtesy of Fox News. From the USA Radio News Phoenix Bureau, I'm Tim Berg.
For USA Radio News, I'm Brad Bernards.
At Hot Shot Secret, we share the science behind common diesel problems and their solutions. For example,
diesel particulate filter regeneration.
The DPF catches particulates left over from combustion. The DPF regeneration cycle cleans the filter with temperatures exceeding 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. A computer sensor triggers the DPF regen, which is often accompanied by a loss of power and fuel economy. The frequency of DPF regens are in correlation to the cleanliness of the fuel burn. Under heavy operation with the dirty burn, DPF regens can occur multiple times per day. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme Fuel Additive promotes a more complete combustion, creating fewer emissions and therefore fewer DPF regens. Vehicles using Diesel Extreme experience 83% less DPF regens.
Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme is available nationwide at truck stops, fine farm and auto stores, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Alrighty, back at it here, another hour underway. Closing out a Monday. Make our way to a Tuesday. See Mountain Time Zone, you're now on board. As as you crossed over the midnight hour. 2:06 Eastern Time. Well, it was the return of the Guilty by Association Truck Show, Joplin, Missouri. Rave reviews, apparently, from organizers, drivers, vendors, attendees, and on down the line. Last year, like everything else, either your shows were canceled or, in this particular case, they went virtual. It's just not the same, right? So the last in-person show for this every other year event was actually back in 2018. But according to Brian Martin of Four State Trucks, it was worth the wait. We had to cut off registration at some point so we could facilitate the show. He said we registered through noon on Friday at 800 trucks. That's more than we had in 2018 by a long shot, so we're sure not complaining. It was really cool to see everybody out here having fun again. Martin said the response to the return of the Guilty by Association Truck Show was pretty much unanimous. Even those working the event could hardly wait for September the 22nd. A tremendous amount of excitement from our customers, vendors, sponsors. We didn't fully realize until about 10 days before the event, as we were kind of setting up, how excited we were. 3 years is a lot longer than it sounds. The weather was beautiful, so it was a perfect setup, the ultimate weekend. Of course, raising funds for the Special Olympics of Southwest Missouri for the athletes is always a major focus of the festivities. There in Joplin this year was no different, with donations accepted throughout the weekend, as well as an auction for particular spots within the convoy. Program manager for Special Olympics Missouri told Landline that the convoy generated $151,600. More than 400 trucks participated in the convoy. So a very successful return in Joplin, Missouri, the Guilty by Association Truck Show. All right, from the email, by the way, email is steve@hotshotsecret.com. Frank says, morning, Steve. Frank from northern Michigan. My favorite donuts from West Coast service stations in northern Michigan. Fresh every day. Now, my wife's favorite, it's the Krispy Kreme. That's okay, but they're just too sweet for me. They are. They are very, very rich, right? All right, and let's see. Yeah, we did talk to Steve here a few minutes ago. He sent me the email, the update on I-40 East in Tennessee, headed towards Nashville, mile marker 55 shut down. Tractor trailer wreck, a.k.a. fire. So, if we get more, we'll be happy to pass it your way. And with that, it is 844-844-3388. Let's try again here. Eagle, what's happening this morning? Hey, Eagle, are you with us? Are you with me? Eagle, you've only been there for like 20 minutes. He dozed off again. Yeah, maybe third time's a charm. What do you say, horse feathers?
Yeah. Morning, Your Honor. I guess we should start out since we're doing all the traffic and industry. Interstate 95 on the north side of Baltimore is closed at exit 67, which is one exit north of the Baltimore Beltway, 695. So they're having everybody take the Baltimore Beltway over to US 40, take US 40 East, and then I'm not sure if they're letting you get back on there at Maryland Route 43, which brings you over to exit 67, or if you have to go on up there and get up to Maryland Route 152 and take 152 back north and come back up to 95 there, and that'll put you on at exit 74. So, but be prepared if you're going north out of Baltimore, coming through the tunnels and going north. You're going to have to get off at the Baltimore Beltway and jump over and run 40 up, run 40 east up there. Back to the old days, run US 40 when there was no I-95.
Right.
I know there's not a lot of people out there left to remember that. But anyways, yeah, 40 used to go all the way across the country there. Doesn't 40 out there somewhere near you, or is it further south? Does that end up down Kentucky instead of Ohio? I don't really know where 40
I'm not even familiar.
So I know 40 and 70 stay together, so I don't know. It might be higher than you. I don't know. As I say, got these interstates now. You don't know where anything goes anymore. You just follow the GPS. Don't worry about it. Just GPS tell you where to go. As far as donuts go, I'll tell you what, Donut Man hit the nail on the head. There ain't nothing better than, well, unless Grandma makes it, but that personalized bakery, made in store right there on the premises, and no commercial this, no commercial that, I don't know. The other thing is, have you noticed if you go to Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme, have you noticed in the past 5-6 years that the donuts, they don't fill you up? If you want to have one, you got to have like 4 or 5 to make it feel like you've had the normal 2 you used to. You notice they seem a little bit smaller, just don't have the filling to them they used to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you don't get the filling that. Yep.
Yeah, it might have that greasy, sugary taste, but they certainly don't fill you up. They don't do nothing for that. But if you're here in central southern Pennsylvania, you check out a place called Maple Donuts. They're open 24 hours. They're one of them good old coffee and donut shops, and they're in a lot of the strip malls. And this time of day, it's not too hard to get one of these things into one of them strip malls. And you can get in there. They're open 24 hours, and you can get your good coffee, and you can get your maple donut. And I'll tell you what, the maple donuts are the donut that eats like a meal, because you get one of them, they're about a half pound. Whenever you get one of their donuts, they're about a half pound, and you get filled up by a maple donut. They got a whole bunch of different flavors in that, and you can get your Boston creams and all your regular, fried cakes and all the other different fills. You can get your powdered donut with a jelly filling, and you get all them good things there. You hungry yet?
Yeah, right. And what do I have here? I've got a pack of peanut butter crackers, got a mini pack of M&Ms. Okay. Yeah, that ain't gonna hit the spot.
You know what you need to get there at that secret bunker. Maybe we can get Chris to work on this, or Kyle, or Josh, or even Chad. You gotta get yourself one of them vending machines. You don't have one of them vending machines in the secret bunker like you had at the other place, do you?
Yeah, I'd have to pay for my own snacks every night, like I used to.
Well, maybe if you bought the snacks at like one of them big retail places, you got the big boxes of them, and then you buy them, and they only cost you like 50 cents a piece, and you charge yourself $1 a piece. You'd be making 50 cents on every time that you bought one of them packages of snacks. You'd be money ahead.
And let me guess, the princess gets the key to clean out the vending machine once a week, right?
No, I didn't ever say anything like that. I said you were money ahead. If you're buying them and you stock them up, and then you charge yourself, if you buy them for 50 cents and then you charge yourself $1, you'll be 50 cents ahead at the other end. How does that work?
That sounds like fuzzy math to me.
We'll have to, who would be able to figure that out for us? The smartest man in the world.
That's
the smartest man in the world would be able to figure out how you could make money on selling yourself snacks. So anyways, but anyways, I caught a little bit there, and I was actually getting hungrier there because Knuckle Buster there offered me a pack of Oreo cookies and a glass of milk, and that did sound really good right now. But no, I appreciate what you put up there for me, Steve. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations on that again. That's a pretty nifty deal. And yeah, I guess I don't know if you saw, you got a lot of comments, a lot of accolades. Congratulations. So
yeah, I'll have to ask my wife to bring it up for me and show it to me at some point. Maybe I'll ever leave the iPad on or something there when I get home. I can take a peek at it. But no, thank you to everyone and greatly appreciate it. So, but so I guess the one thing I can give you a sneak peek for next year, and I'm not sure if it's for next year or how they're working on it, but they're working depending on the logistics, figuring it all out. Remember back, I don't know, forget whether it was 2017 or 2016 was the first year I did it. And they were in the process of wanting to get enough trucks there to take the world record back from the Netherlands, who'd stolen the world record for the most trucks in a convoy from them.
I remember that.
So anyways, the first one I did was the world record counting. And so they had somewhere in the vicinity of 600 trucks, whether it was a little bit more, a little bit less, I forget. But it was right there around the 600 mark to make the world record. Rumor has it, being in this new location at the Mannheim Auto Auction, which, from my understanding, is the largest auto auction in the world, which is approximately 10 miles north of Lancaster, somewhere in the area, 10, 12 miles north of Lancaster. They want to work out the logistics to break the record, Your Honor. They want the world's largest convoy to be recognized with the world's largest auto auction. So the rumor has it, when they work out the logistics of how to do it, they want more trucks. So anybody interested, joining you if you're in the area for Mother's Day, and you don't ever have to wonder when it is because it's the Mother's Day truck convoy.
Yep.
And the only thing that moms have to do is, just give you the blessing to be there and either bring them along for the fun or bless you to come over and say hi either before or after and come enjoy Mother's Day with the Make-A-Wish convoy. Even if you don't have a truck, I mean, there was quite a few people. There was one lady there that's actually in the top 30 that doesn't have a truck. She's a top 30 fundraiser, and not only did she become a top 30 fundraiser, she actually went out and helped other people be in the top 30 with their fundraisers.
Wow.
So, a lot of credit to that. There's a lot of love in this Make-A-Wish convoy deal, but I forget the total. I believe the top 30 drivers raised over $100,000, and the top 2 drivers alone raised $60,000 between the 2 of them.
Wow.
So it's quite amazing what goes on. So I have a new goal set for me now, I guess. Now that I've gotten established with 1 point, I guess the only thing I'm supposed to do now is go up. So I guess from 21, I guess I'm supposed to go up to be in the top 15 or something. And then after that, I'm supposed to go further than that. So I guess I have to go out and learn how to ask for money because I've never been good at that. As I told Chris, I said I never knew how to do it, never know how to ask people for money. So I guess at some point I'll have to learn, or maybe I have to get with Donut Man. Maybe I get with Donut Man and we could have a bake sale and sell donuts and see if we can raise money selling donuts.
That'll work.
But anyways, so yeah, hey, we have the Steve Sommers Overnight Donut. Can we sell them on your website, the Steve Sommers Overnight Donuts, to raise money for Make-A-Wish? That's a thought. We'll have to work on that.
What would be the prospects of getting them to their destination fresh? That might be a task.
That's why we need somebody like Donut Man that understands all the baking and the logistics of keeping baked products fresh in delivery. But hey, if you use the shipping method that Hot Shot Secret uses, I guess I should go into this a little bit, shouldn't I? Last week, my truck decided to tell me that because it's cold, it didn't have enough antifreeze, coolant antifreeze in it there. Apparently, the the cooler temperatures allowed the coolant level to get a little low because I guess the shrinkage in the amount of volume. I guess when liquid gets colder, it shrinks down, and then you got to add a little more to it. So long story up, my truck was yelling at me, saying it wanted a drink, and I perused areas of trying to get antifreeze, and back every time I go to do it, I get disappointed because they don't want to sell just antifreeze to you. They want to sell you antifreeze, half a gallon of antifreeze with a half a gallon of water. And I have plenty of water. I don't need water. I just need antifreeze. But anyways, they want to sell you this, and it's like they want as much money for that as I want to pay just for the antifreeze, and they want to sell you half a gallon of water with it. So anyways, I peruse sites and that. And I said, well, I should check out my friends at Hot Shot Secret. So I get on their site, and they have a good price, 50-50 mix, 750,000 mile. It's the extended life red antifreeze, and it's a good price. And I put in the code there, that overnight drive code.
Yep.
And it gets 10% off. And they got a place there to click for the CDL, and I click that, and I put in that code, and I get another 10% off, which brings it down to a very reasonable price. And meanwhile, this is noontime on Friday. So I submit my order there, put in my credit card and all the billing and all that, submit my order and all that. And so about 2 hours later, I get an email, and the tracking and all that there, and it says it's ready. And by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it's been picked up by FedEx, and it's in the process of FedEx. By the middle of the day, Sunday, it's sitting in my house. I'm like, that's pretty good. I ordered it noontime on Friday, and I have it on noontime on Sunday.
They don't mess around. When you place an order, they get it out.
Yep, and it was free shipping for the U.S. standard ground. It was free shipping, so I paid for the product and got the discounts. And of course, Steve gets the credit there for the overnight drive to say that somebody was listening and bought something because of his show. And as I say, you got it out, got it good. And I mean, as we all know, we all trust the Hot Shot product. So I was glad to put it in. And so I dumped half a gallon in, and it doesn't yell anymore. And I got another half gallon left just in case it decides to. I can add a little more. But no, I wanted to appreciate that and thank Chris for, the good service. And I'll tell you what, as I say, I ordered it by noon, and FedEx had it in their system at 4 o'clock. It was already picked up and, in the FedEx delivery system at 4 in the afternoon. So,
yep.
So it wasn't like it, the order hangs around the warehouse for a couple days.
Exactly.
Before they finally get around to shipping it out. So, but by the sounds of what they do there, they got to make as much space as possible, because it sounds like they're always busy making stuff. So they need to get as much stuff out the door as possible to make room for more.
They got them out there boxing and packing and stacking. Out the door it goes. All right. Thank you so much. Horse Feathers. And again, congratulations on your finishing 21st out of the top 30 drivers for the Make-A-Wish Mother's Day Convoy. There you go. All right. They get a quick 2-minute timeout. And we return the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you tired all the time? Growing older is a fact of life. Our skin starts to wrinkle, muscles get weaker, and our energy levels plummet. If there was a product that may help you slow down these symptoms of aging, would you be interested? I want you to go to getonthegel.com. That is getonthegel.com. Watch this 4-minute video that explains more about this amazing product. Or call us at Youth Fountain HGH today at 513-472-0699 for more information.
Diesel Army is on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Burning the midnight oil with the best diesel coverage. All the tech, all the torque. Diesel Army, where there's smoke, there's fire. For the latest news and event coverage, as well as feature and tech articles, sign up for the newsletter and don't miss a thing. Visit dieselarmy.com from the Power Auto Media family of digital magazines. Again, it's dieselarmy.com.
Dean Michael, the tax doctor here. Are you tired of those tax problems following you around like a dark cloud, always in the back of your mind, losing sleep at night? Call me now and get your life back. 888-557-4020 or go to mytaxhelpmd.com. Pretending they're not there won't make them go away. The IRS isn't going to forget. They will levy your bank account and garnish your wages. Don't wait for that to happen. I'm not telling you these things to scare you. I'm telling you so you can benefit from my years of experience. Now is the time to act. 888-557-4020.
Do you have a Dodge pickup and hate your automatic transmission? Of course you do. Levon Miller at Firepunk Diesel here, and we specialize in heavy-duty and performance transmissions for your 3-quarter or 1-ton Cummins-powered truck. So if you're interested in turning your stock slush box into a towing monster, call us today at 614-733-3744 or visit us online at shop.firepunk.com.
And now, back to the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
All right, I was talking about the unintended consequences, vaccine mandates, hospitals, nursing homes, all around the country, bracing for worsening staff shortages as state deadlines for healthcare workers to get vaccinated for COVID. With these ultimatums taking effect this week in states like New York, California, Rhode Island, and Connecticut, the fear is some employees will let themselves be fired or suspended rather than get the vaccine. Yeah, it's going to happen. How is this going to play out? We don't know. We are concerned about how it's going to exacerbate an already serious staffing problem. According to California Hospital Association spokesperson Jan Shea, she went on to say the organization absolutely supports the vaccination requirement. New York healthcare employees had until the end of the day Monday. Hospitals had already begun suspending or otherwise taking action against holdouts. To those who have not yet made the decision, please do the right thing, says New York's governor. She announced Monday she will be signing an executive order to deploy the National Guard and fill staffing shortages as vaccine mandates for healthcare workers go into effect. Some New York hospitals have contingency plans, include cutting back on non-critical services, limiting nursing home admissions. The governor also drew up plans to summon help, not just from the Guard, but from among retirees or vaccinated workers from outside the state. Many hospitals and nursing homes already short-handed because many nurses and others have quit as a result of burnout or have left for other, more lucrative jobs, traveling from state to state. Now, in California, healthcare workers there have until Thursday to get fully vaccinated. Some hospitals are anticipating firings, suspensions, or moving of people to other positions. Many traveling nurses have declined assignments in California because of the vaccine requirement. Rhode Island, where the vaccine mandate takes effect Friday, said hospitals can allow unvaccinated employees to keep working 30 days past the deadline in cases where firing them would compromise patient safety. In states that do not have mandates, some hospitals are actually imposing their own. That's happening at one facility in North Dakota, Let's see. Honestly, I really love my job. I'm good at it. I enjoy my patients. I enjoy where I'm at. So this is really a hard place to have to choose between two things I don't want to do. I don't want to leave, and I don't want to get the vaccine. She and other nurses are also considering leaving over what she called the insulting mandate. We feel demoralized, as though we're not intelligent enough to make our own choices in life. Massachusetts' mandate applies only to rest homes, assisted living facilities, hospice programs, and home care programs. In Connecticut, a mandate for employees of state-run hospitals took effect yesterday. It does not apply to privately run hospitals, some of which are imposing their own requirements. Now, in New York, now get a load of the numbers. I believe they're saying that they may have to let go 72,000 workers. I mean, that's a big number. Okay, and you've got shortages already. You're going to let 72,000. Now, that's on a statewide basis, but there's hundreds of thousands of employees in the healthcare system. But you tell me, 72,000 being released isn't going to have a significant detrimental impact on the ability of these facilities to do their job properly. We get a news break. Back after this, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News.
I'm Brad Bernards. Rick Grinnell, the former acting director of national intelligence and ambassador to Germany, said on Newsmax Monday he hopes that when Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Mark Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin testify this week before Congress, they are ready to answer very specific questions about the Biden administration's decision to close the Bagram airfield long before the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan.
Military leaders are saying, wait a minute, that's not what we briefed. And the political people inside the White House are saying, well, that's exactly what they briefed. And so we need senators and we need people in Washington, D.C. to zero in on this. Who's right? Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
2 people were killed in Philadelphia on Saturday, pushing the city's total number of homicide victims this year past 400, a milestone that has only been surpassed once since 2007. This is USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Michael, creator of Michael's MNP supplements. Let's talk energy. Do you wake up tired even after a full night's sleep? Does keeping up with your family and or your job leave you exhausted by noon? Do you find yourself turning way too early in the day and too often to caffeine-loaded drinks just to get you through it all? Why not turn to Michael's MNP's Energy Factors instead? Our energy factors are safe, healthy, and a natural way to keep your body energized and without that caffeine crash that you get from those laden drinks. Visit us today at michaelshealth.com.
This is Pastor Greg, and I use Energy Factors. They're great. Order yours today at michaelshealth.com. That's michaelshealth.com, and use Pastor Greg for your special discount. That's Pastor Greg, and get your special discount today.
You're listening to the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
Do you have a Dodge pickup and hate your automatic transmission? Of course you do. Levon Miller at Firepunk Diesel here, and we specialize in heavy-duty and performance transmissions for your 3/4 or 1-ton Cummins-powered truck. So if you're interested in turning your stock slush box into a towing monster, call us today at 614-733-3744 or visit us online at shop.firepunk.com.
subscribers, you demand that your equipment's reliable and dependable, and that also applies to your headset for communication. Well, our friends at Stellar Electronic have you covered. The Pluto Duo headset bundle is the best communication headset you can find in the industry. No matter the challenging environment you're driving in, the Pluto headset will make you sound crystal clear all the time thanks to their 99% noise cancellation. And the Duo's not only a stereo converter for the headset, but also a power bank so you can charge as you go. Learn more at StellarElectronic.com or visit them on Facebook.
At Hot Shot Secret, we share the science behind common diesel problems and their solutions. For example,
Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme.
Today's ultra-low sulfur fuels are cleaner, but they leave injector deposits, causing frequent DPF regens and low throttle response. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme is a 6-in-1 fuel additive recommended for all diesel engines. It is formulated with the most concentrated detergent on the market, a top-tier level cetane booster, lubricity enhancer, water demulsifier, rust and corrosion inhibitors, and a fuel stabilizer. Diesel Extreme is a once every 6-month treatment that will clean your entire fuel system, starting at the fuel tank and traveling throughout the fuel lines and fuel pump, and finally completely cleaning your injectors. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme improves your diesel's fuel economy and eliminates excessive black smoke.
Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme is available nationwide at truck stops, fine farm and auto stores, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Diesel Army is on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Burning the midnight oil with the best diesel coverage. All the tech, all the torque. Diesel Army, where there's smoke, there's fire. For the latest news and event coverage, as well as feature and tech articles, sign up for the newsletter and don't miss a thing. Visit dieselarmy.com from the Power Auto Media family of digital magazines. Again, it's dieselarmy.com.
PureFlow AirDog, your leader in fuel air separation system technology. Our systems filter out water, particulates down to 2 micron, and remove all of the air out of your diesel fuel. This allows for nothing but pure, clean diesel fuel to reach the expensive injection system equipped in your vehicle. Not only do our fuel systems protect, they also come in a variety of flow rates to meet your performance needs. Our systems are compact and use OEM-style fittings for an easy installation. Learn more about our product at www.pureflowairdog.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Protect your investment with PureFlow AirDog.
The Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers. Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios. Call Steve now. 844-844-3388. That's 844-844-3388.
I got an email from Deranger, and he says, yeah, these vaccines are really doing their job, right? Harvard Business School has moved all first-year and some second-year MBA students to remote learning this week, amid what they describe as a steady rise in breakthrough infections, COVID. Despite the high vaccination rates and the frequent testing, online classes will be put in place until at least October 3rd. The school has asked students to eliminate unmasked activities while indoors. Harvard said Monday in an emailed statement they're also increasing the frequency of testing to 3 times a week moving forward. Yeah, so many of these schools were requiring students to be vaccinated or they could not attend, right? And it's the sheer number of breakthrough cases. I've got a neighbor across the street that had the vaccination months ago. Yeah, he's older. I guess he's close to 70. I'm not sure of exact age. But he is a cancer survivor. Several years ago, he had gone through, a year and a half to 2 years of chemo and radiation therapy. Cancer is in remission. Within the past year, had a heart attack, had a couple of stents put in. So he made the decision to get the vaccination. A week ago this past Sunday, though, He came down, started feeling ill, and he tells me that even with the vaccination, he thought he was going to die. He said it was just unbelievable, Steve. The fever, the chills, the sweating. My bed was soaking wet. I said, what did they put you on anything? Nothing. Nope. Just told me to go home. So he spent an entire week, even being vaccinated, feeling like he was dying. Saw he was out in the yard over the weekend and told me he's feeling a little bit better, but still not up to snuff. Breakthrough cases. All right, back to the calls we go. Hello, Big Sexy. What's going on this morning?
I'm just out here delivering these papers. I want to start off by wishing Horse Feathers congratulations on that deal being, 21st in line?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a good deal, and it's for a good cause. So, congratulations on that, Horse Feathers. And for heat waves, it ain't gonna matter who else comes along. We're still gonna pick on you. I mean, it's not much fun when you're not there, but just get used to it. I heard you say something earlier. I think Heatwave asked about. Oh, he was talking about your grandson's football. But did you get to watch any college over the weekend?
I didn't get to see much of anything this weekend. We were. I forget where were we? We had things going on Saturday, taking care of the grandkids, of course. Because Rowan had to be in the wedding, so we had the other two grandkids until later in the evening. So we were just pretty much tied up.
Well, how about my Hogs from only winning 3 games last year to being 4-0, and we own the state of Texas. We beat 3 teams out of Texas.
Really?
We beat number 7 A&M Saturday, so we're 4-0. We beat 2 ranked teams. We went from being not in the poll when the season started, and now we're number 8. And get to find out just how good we are this Saturday, because Saturday at 11 Central Time, we go to Athens to take on number 2 ranked Georgia.
I was looking at the rankings and I saw Clemson. Well, I guess Clemson lost another game over the week. I haven't heard from Monkey Gouger, but did they lose to a good team?
Yeah, North Carolina State beat them in 2 overtimes.
Now, was North Carolina State, or was that a ranked team or an unranked team?
I don't think they were. I think it was an unranked team.
Wow.
I'm not sure, but I don't think they were. But that knocked them down. So that's their second loss of the season. So
yeah,
that puts a big hurt on their national championship chances. And it was somebody else. I can't remember who it was that got upset. Somebody else besides A&M. I think it was somebody else that got upset. Because, we went into that game number 16th ranked against number 7. We were supposed to lose. And that didn't happen. So, and last year, with COVID and all we played was Southeastern Conference teams, and we started the season with Georgia and gave them all they wanted. And late in the game, they pulled away from us. But, so, we're better this year than we were last year. Plus, our head coach was their offensive line coach, so he knows all about the Georgia team. So we'll find out exactly what we got come Saturday. And I know I heard you touched already on that deal I sent you about the Ford and that.
Yeah.
The plant they're going to build.
Yep, that's pretty wild.
How about good. Memphis getting that F-150 plant within 40 miles of Memphis?
I think I missed that one. I had the Hardin County, Kentucky, but okay, so Memphis gets.
Yeah, they announced the 2 Kentucky twin factories in Kentucky are to supply the batteries for the plant that's going to be 40 miles outside Memphis. I think it's Hayard County or one of the counties. I can't remember what county it is, but it's within 40 miles of Memphis in a mega industrial park out there. I think I've got how many acres they got out there that Ford's going to have where they can even expand if they want to. And that battery powered F-150 is going to be built there. And I don't know if the Mustang is or not. I know they mentioned the Mustang, but I don't know if it's going to be built there or not. But I know the truck is, and it said that's what those two battery plants were for, was to supply the batteries for them. So that's a great deal for them, and that's not that far from us. So that's a great deal.
So you're going to be one of the first in line for a battery-powered F-150 there, Big Sexy?
I might be first in line for an F-150, but I don't think it'll be battery-powered.
Are you going to feel like a manly man with your battery-powered F-150?
I kind of like the looks of that new truck they put out. I hadn't seen any on the market yet. I've only seen pictures of it. That Maverick, have you seen it?
I have not.
Ford Maverick?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, and Ford's also went into partnership with Volkswagen on their new truck. Was Volkswagen truck's going to be built on the same deal as the Ford Ranger. It's going to be based on the Ford Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
So there's going to be a lot of chips start flowing for all this stuff to happen.
Yeah, because I don't know.
Well, I guess I'll back out of.
I'm thinking these battery, the all electric vehicles. I don't know for certain. I'm just assuming they probably, with all the technology, probably have to have more chips and whatnot than today's vehicles. I'm just assuming. But we're looking at about 12 before the hour. It's 844-844-3388. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
You're listening to the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
Pure Flow Air Dog, your leader in fuel air separation system technology. Our systems filter out water, particulates down to 2 micron, and remove all of the air out of your diesel fuel. This allows for nothing but pure, clean diesel fuel to reach the expensive injection system equipped in your vehicle. Not only do our fuel systems protect, they also come in a variety of flow rates to meet your performance needs. Our systems are compact and use OEM-style fittings for an easy installation. Learn more about our product at www.pureflowairdog.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Protect your investment with Pure Flow Air Dog.
Drivers, you demand that your equipment's reliable and dependable, and that also applies to your headset for communication. Well, our friends at Stellar Electronic have you covered. The Pluto Duo headset bundle is the best communication headset you can find in the industry. No matter the challenging environment you're driving in, the Pluto headset will make you sound crystal clear all the time thanks to their 99% noise cancellation. And the Duo's not only a stereo converter for the headset, but also a power bank so you can charge as you go. Learn more at StellarElectronic.com or visit them on Facebook.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced system shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits. To maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system, there's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
Because Channel 19's a little congested. Call Steve now at 844-844-3388. The Overnight Drive.
All right, got Philip on the line in Florida. Got you coming up next. Let me jump down to, I have no idea who it is. I'll tell you what it says on the screen. It says, "This bitch Scarecrow calling for the first time to throw my hat in the ring." Who we got? Is it Scarecrow or what's the handle?
You got her there, Steve.
Okay. What's going on, Scarecrow?
Yeah. All last week, you had first-time callers each night. You had a first-time caller last night. very well. It's time to throw my hat in the ring. There was an imposter that called a year or two back by Scarecrow, but I'd be pretty suspicious of that character if he ever called back in again.
Okay.
I've been doing this, Steve, since about 77. Moved into Class 8 equipment. I discovered this is actually the kind of your second coming, modern day second coming. I discovered you about 13, 14 years ago, running over through the woods of Wisconsin up here, just scanning up and down the AM dial for whatever reason, and locked on that evil network. And I listened to a couple people calling into this station, and well, that would come to pass. Other than the next following night, they picked up the same station, and golly, I realized it's kind of the same callers that I was hearing. And there's one particular caller, he's just very intriguing. He seemed to do a lot of research. He threw a lot of questions out there for the listeners. And in fact, I told the wife about him the following day. You can probably just about guess who that may have been, but he went by the handle Lone Ranger.
Yes.
And he kind of, I don't hear him as much these days as we did back then, but they're very intriguing and whatnot. And then I followed you on and off up until, last fall. I was gone for a week, and I come back, and gosh, I couldn't find the program anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And I listened to what was there on and off, and a month or two went by, and I drifted back. I'd check around the first of the month, figuring, well, we're going to find Steve back from vacation or such. Well, that never happened. And then fast forward to about June, I checked with that station again, and here's a commercial for Overnight Drive app with Steve Sommers voicing it. And I thought, bingo, we found him. And
there it
here
is.
We are.
Yes, sir.
So we're sticking right with you. A couple weeks back, I had sent you a message pertaining to always moving and whatnot, if you remember that at all. But either way, thinking back last week, you mentioned the princess had been circling some objects in a brochure or catalog or such. If you think back to your childhood, she's probably reliving her childhood. When we were kids, we'd look forward to that Sears Roebuck or Montgomery Ward's Christmas catalog coming up, and we'd race to see who got to open it first. You get the magic marker out and start circling all the newest and coolest things, not that Mom and Dad were ever going to look at it, catch notice, but so either way, that's kind of where that's went. And in addition, as the years went by, those catalogs, you kind of discovered they had a lingerie section too, for the the needs of the older group and such. So you got an education from Sears Roebuck at that time too.
Uh-huh.
I kind of got to bring up Monkey Gouger, Knuckle Buster. A few years back, and I hate to dredge up old stories, but during the program, you guys are talking about all the preliminaries when you get on an airliner and whatnot. They go through the safety checks and, the life jackets, and, they show you how to fasten your safety, the seat belts and all that. And Knuckle Buster mentioned, boy, when they got to the oxygen mask dropping down, you're supposed to breathe normal and such. Well, he said if that mask drops down, he's going to be breathing like Secretariat on the home stretch. Well, it wasn't but a couple weeks after that, our son is a career Air Force pilot. We were up the Southwest flight from Minneapolis, going down to San Antonio. And the gal that was doing the preliminaries, they're going through the checklist. Very entertaining. She had a deep, sultry voice, and she broke it down into chapters. And she's going on and on. She had everybody all but rolling in the aisles. And when she got down to her waving that oxygen mask in front of us, I busted a gut, and people were looking at me like, what the heck is going on? And all I could think of was Knuckle Buster and Secretariat at that time. But so either way, yeah, I guess there's plenty of different directions we could go here with this. But no, we like I say, we've been a lurker for a number of years here, Steve, and I just decided, well, it took the first time to do karaoke. Now it took the first time to do the Steve Sommers overnight drive. So we're gonna back out of it here. It looks like probably got that'd be news break coming up shortly anyway. And so yeah, it's good talking with you, man, and we're going to make a point to do it again.
There you go. And I got your number down here so we can get you a code, $60, so you can try the Hot Shot Secret Product Scarecrow. All righty?
That'll work, man. That'll work. Appreciate it.
So I'll get that to Chad, and he'll send you a text message with the code in there. $60, whatever you want, shipping included. And thank you so much for being a first-time caller.
Excellent. We'll do it again.
All right, have a good morning. Well, there you go. Yeah, I got a couple minutes before we hit top of the hour news update. Let me get it over to Philip, because he's probably going to be running out of time here shortly. And we can give you a few extra minutes if we need here at the top. What's going on, Philip?
Not much. How you doing, bud?
Good.
Hey, before I say anything, I want to wish a friend of mine. A friend of mine is sick right now, and he's in hospital. I believe he's in Vanderbilt. His name is Phil Ledbetter, and a lot of y'all probably don't know that name. But if you study bluegrass music, you'll know who Phil Ledbetter is. He's one of the best dobro players on the planet, and I want to wish him, get better, speedy recovery. His son sent me a message over Facebook and said that his dad wasn't doing well, and I just want to wish him that. Getting on to what was going on about them donuts, down here in Florida, they have a place called Donut King down here in Central Florida. They supply Disney with a lot of stuff. But if you're ever around Illinois and you're on I-80 at LaGrange Road exit off of I-80, you go south, and there's a place called Fleckenstein's. And you got to try that place out. It's down there on the left. After you get off the interstate, you'll go down about a half a mile. Be down on the left-hand side, that's Fleckenstein's. They've been there for about 30, 40 years in Mokino, Illinois. So that's my donut places. Now, getting the vaccine. Steve, have you heard all the news down here about vaccine down here? What's going on with all this mandates and all this stuff?
I don't think I'm up to speed on the latest, but go ahead and break it down for us.
Okay, so we got a battle right now down here between our governor and Ron DeSantis.
Yeah.
He doesn't want vaccine mandates. Okay, and then we've got Jerry Demings, which if everybody knows who Jerry Demings is, it's Val Demings' husband. He is the mayor of Orange County. Now, he mandated all his employees get vaccinated, just like all the companies down here. Disney has mandated we get vaccinated, a bunch of them, SeaWorld, you name it.
Mm-hmm.
But getting back to Jerry Demings, he mandated that all his employees get vaccinated. Well, the governor said, wait a second, we have a law in place that says we do not mandate vaccines down here. We set it back up with the cruise lines where we didn't have to show vaccine, cards and whatnot when they were dealing with the cruise lines months ago. Well, now it's come down to fine time for Mr. Jerry Demings. And there was a letter submitted from the Department of Health in the state of Florida yesterday to Jerry Demings, fining them with the vaccine mandates that they have in place. Now, here's another problem that Jerry Demings is having right now. Everybody in his departments has taken the vaccine, no problem. The only ones that have fought it have been the firefighters. So he threatened to fire the firefighters. Then he pulled that back, and now he said he's going to reprimand them. That could possibly lead to termination. So, I mean, it has just been a back and forth thing down here, Steve, with this vaccination mandates. The average person that works down here don't know what to do, don't know whether they want to get it or they don't want to get it. And it's just been a mess down here with that. So, I mean, I don't know if y'all kept up with it much. And I heard Big Sexy there talking about the Ford F-150 with the battery. I'm going to tell you what, buddy. You want to see a neat video? Just put in there Tesla crash in Orlando. And you'll see 2 state troopers get almost taken out by a Tesla because some girl had an auto and were handling an accident. So if y'all get a chance, check that out. Tesla crash in Orlando.
Okay.
That's pretty much all I got to say today, Steve. I know you're right on the top of the hour here, and I'll let you go. I just figured I'd give you that one. So
thank you so
have
much.
Have a good night, buddy.
Yep. Thanks for checking in. Philip, have a great day. And yes, we'll be back following news update, crossing over the midnight hour on the West Coast. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News.
I'm Brad Bernards. Rick Grinnell, the former acting director of national intelligence and ambassador to Germany, said on Newsmax Monday he hopes that when Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Mark Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin testify this week before Congress, they are ready to answer very specific questions about the Biden administration's decision to close the Bagram airfield long before the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan.
Military leaders are saying, wait a minute, that's not what we briefed. And the political people inside the White House are saying, well, that's exactly what they briefed. And so we need senators and we need people in Washington, D.C. to zero in on this. Who's right? Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
2 people were killed in Philadelphia on Saturday, pushing the city's total number of homicide victims this year past 400, a milestone that has only been surpassed once since 2007. This is USA Radio News.
The Giza Dream Sheets are the perfect companion to a MyPillow, the best thing you'll ever put on your bed. Call 1-800-951-8175. Ask for the Giza Dream Sheets special you get, by the way, by using my promo code USA. You can go online also to MyPillow.com, click on the radio listener special. You can save up to 66% on anything in the MyPillow website. Check it out, MyPillow.com, promo code USA.
Bingo lovers, you have to try Bingo Treasure, the bingo game you play anywhere. Go to BingoRadioUSA.com from your smartphone, your tablet, or your computer and play Bingo Treasure for free. Play one card, play more. Work your way through the maze of bingo fun. Bingo Treasure is bingo at the next level. Go right now to BingoRadioUSA.com for your free account and free play. Join the bingo revolution. It's free at BingoRadioUSA.com. That's BingoRadioUSA.com.
Border Patrol agents are mad and upset that leadership is throwing them under the bus, a top official with the agency's union told Fox News in Del Rio, Texas. National Border Patrol Council Vice President John Anfinson tells Fox News.
The agents feel like at all levels of management, from CBP to DHS to the White House, that they've been thrown under the bus because no investigation has been completed, yet you're hearing the president say these people will pay. The secretary echoed those sentiments, and then Friday, of course, CBP's commissioner basically said the same thing. So agents are upset.
Images of Border Patrol agents on horseback pursuing Haitian migrants went viral with erroneous accusations that the officials were whipping the immigrants. Governor Gavin Newsom signed a measure Monday that makes vote by mail permanent in California, coming after the tactic was used in 2020 and was left in place during this month's recall election. The Democrat governor issued a statement as he signed Assembly Bill 37. This is USA Radio News.
Hi, this is Dr. Joel Wallach, and I want to tell you that arthritis is not a genetic thing. It's not a disease of aging. Neither is osteoporosis. Get a hold of my book. It's all in your head. It goes into the 25 different diseases you get when you have osteoporosis of the skull. These are all reversible. You take the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack, the MSM, vitamin D3, stay away from all the bad foods, including gluten, and guess what? You'll regrow all your bones, including your skull and your legs and your hips and everything else. Contact us at usaradiohealth.com. That's usaradiohealth.com.
Representative Jim Jordan, Republican of Ohio, the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, has asked Attorney General Merrick Garland to explain why prosecutors dropped a series of cases connected with the Justice Department's clampdown on Chinese espionage. In July, federal prosecutors filed motions to dismiss charges against 6 Chinese researchers who had been accused of hiding their ties to Chinese institutions or the Chinese military. Tim Berg with an update on the Brian Laundrie search.
Police are scaling back the search for Brian Laundrie in a southwest Florida nature preserve. Northport police spokesman John Taylor telling media outlets the FBI is taking the lead in the hunt for Gabby Petito's fiancé, adding the search will be targeted based on intelligence. Dog the Bounty Hunter also searching for Laundrie.
We have a special hotline, 833-CALL-DOG, and we've gotten over 1,000 leads. So Francie and I really started this 2 days ago. So we're going through all those leads, right? It's incredible. Pictures of him here, there. We're going through all those leads right now. I would say within 48 hours, we probably will have a location where we start the tracking at.
That audio courtesy of Fox News. From the USA Radio News Phoenix Bureau, I'm Tim Berg.
For USA Radio News, I'm Brad Bernards.
At Hot Shot Secret, we share the science behind common diesel problems. For example,
stiction.
Found throughout the oil system, stiction is the sticky friction that negatively impacts your engine's ability to function at an optimal level. The molecular structure of oil is a hydrocarbon. The engine's extreme heat, tight tolerances, and high pressure cause the oil to break down and release hydrogen, leaving behind varnish, a carbon-based deposit. The varnish clings to the engine's moving parts, creating drag on the turbocharger, oil pump, and pistons. Symptoms of stiction include a rough idle and the loss of fuel economy and performance. Hot Shot Secret Stiction Eliminator delivers a 98% clean rating in third-party scrub tests. Its synthetic cleaner plus nano lubricant contains no harmful solvents and is formulated to be left in the engine to safely dissolve stiction for thousands of miles. It works as you drive.
Stiction Eliminator is available at truck stops, Tractor Supply, O'Reilly's Auto Parts, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Thank you much, and welcome back. Another hour underway. We are into a Tuesday. There we go. Hope your week's off to a good start. Hey there, Kentucky Ken checking in somewhere in Texas, I believe. What's going on this morning?
That is exactly right. We are traveling in Texas. Got about 128 more miles to destination. Just want to say good morning to everyone and just enjoying the show.
So did you get Knucklebuster's directions to save you about 30 minutes on your trip earlier?
No, I did not. I was, well, I'm following Qualcomm because I don't know if I told you, my uncle Jay is actually training me.
Okay.
So, it's been a blessing because he's driven for this company for 14 years. And anyway, it's just worked out really, really well, I think, for both of us. But I'm having to do all the mapping and stuff currently, and because I only got this week and next week, and then they do what they call a finishing school here. So I'll go to the headquarters and do a finishing school where it's basically maneuvers and this and that, and then be doing the job. So, but really enjoy it a lot. Really, really do.
I mean, it's been like 30 plus years since you've done the whole truck thing. How's your backing skills? Is it like riding a bike you never forget, or is that a little tough?
I tell you what, it truly, the trailers I used to drive were 40, 42. These are 53, of course. And we always had day cabs at the dairy, and having the extra sleeper and all that stuff, I just get very straight, try to get as straight as I can before I start. but it's a lot different. What's truly amazing, Steve, is the technology in these trucks compared to the 80s. Unbelievable. I mean, these things, they tell you if you drift left. They tell you if you drift right. They tell you how close you are to the car in front of you, what their speed is. It's amazing. But it's going great. I'm glad to be starting this again. I still miss policing, but not that much. I don't miss my vest and all that stuff, and I still talk to everybody, so it's all good. When you do something for 33 years that was in your heart, the way it was in my heart, it was difficult to walk away.
Sure.
But the time had come. So I'm taking this on with 110% and going to enjoy it. I love going in all these states. I really do. I don't know if you've seen, I posted last week, we came back I-77 from Columbia, and it was just a gorgeous ride, man. Up and down those hills.
Yep.
Just beautiful. Just beautiful. So it's good. I feel very blessed.
Well, good to hear from you, Kentucky Ken. Glad you're enjoying your new endeavors, and obviously thanks for checking in with us anytime you get a chance.
Absolutely. You guys have a good night. Be safe.
You got it. All right, there you go. Kentucky Ken, back behind the wheel after all those years. What's going on, Scotty?
Another day in paradise. Well, Kentucky Ken, I tell you what, the newness will wear off, and after 27, 28 years out here, you'll it won't be as pretty anymore. But I wouldn't recommend anybody getting into this, to be honest. But hey, it's been a good living for me for that many years. But folks don't eat them Oreo cookies now. They're selling them damn Oreo cookies on eBay. Did you see that link I just sent you?
Yeah, I was looking at that. Now that's somebody being like a dumbass, right? They're just trying to be funny or what?
No, there's some of them cookies that are selling for $1,500. They're Pokemon Special Edition, and they're going crazy with that. Just take and search Oreo cookies on eBay and look at the sold items, and I mean they're selling them damn things. There's one of them, the MEW or something like that. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but $1,000, $1,500 for a damn cookie.
So I mean, what are you going to do with the $10,000 pack of cookies? I mean, they're not going to last forever. They're going to go bad in 6 months or something.
Just goes to show where people have too much money and too much to throw away. I guess too many stimulus checks, too much unemployment or something. I don't know what the deal is. This Pokemon stuff has gone stupid, just like sports cards and everything. But I thought it was a joke at first too. But now you got the limited edition Pokemon Oreo cookies, and there's people that are buying certain ones out there just like they do a card. Like I said, that list I sent you. Of course, I mean, like I said, that's that one there is if you look at the price, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah, right.
But like I said, if you're looking the sold ones, or just look at the ones that are listed, they're selling some of them for $100, $1,000, $1,500. It's ridiculous. But it just amazes me. It's like when Hostess, said they were going to quit making the Twinkies, and people went out and bought Twinkies and put them in the shelf to take and wait. They were selling them for some ridiculous amount or something.
I guess with Oreos, it's become the new thing for every season and every holiday. They've got a themed cookie. Back on the 4th of July, They had Oreos with red, white, and blue cream that had those pop rocks kind of built into the cream, so they would pop. And
oh, geez.
I tried a few. I bought them for the kids. Rowan didn't like them. Yeah, Avery ate a few of them, but yeah, I tried a couple, and I wasn't overly impressed. But
yeah, the only way I eat Oreos anyway is, go to Dairy Queen, get an Oreo blizzard or something every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, shoot. How about them Cardinals? You been watching them? You been paying attention to what they're doing?
I don't. What are they up? Knuckle Buster was saying they've won like 16 in a row or something.
It was 16 in a row, yeah. Second, they've been on fire. I hope they keep on going through the playoffs like that, but, I hope they don't lose at the wrong time. But, yeah, it's been fun to watch.
I mean, I haven't paid close enough. I mean, there's only a handful of games left in the season, right? It wraps up next week or this week, doesn't it? Or
right. I think their magic number was 3, and I didn't pay any attention this evening. I'm not sure what was going on. If they had won or if they played, I can't really. They was playing Milwaukee because they had swept the Cubs again 4 games at Wrigley. And then there's moving on to Milwaukee, which Milwaukee. I think that was actually their last loss was Milwaukee. They had a walk-off grand slam against them.
Well,
I mean, Cardinals.
Do you know? I mean, at one point the Reds were in the hunt for like a wild card. Are they in or out?
No, I think they're out.
Okay.
I don't remember if they got eliminated. I hadn't looked at the standings. I know I looked at them the other day, and it was pretty much down to there was only like 3 teams I think that could be in the wild card. I said the Reds may still be in there, but I can't remember. I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to baseball this year.
Yeah. Okay.
Just hadn't.
I just pulled it up here. I'm looking.
Anyway.
It looks like. Let me see here. So, National League wild card teams. You got the Dodgers, then the Cards, and then the Reds are like 5.5 back, I guess. So St. Louis is going to get that spot because I think Milwaukee is going to win the division, right?
Right, Milwaukee, I think, has already got the division.
All right, so St. Louis is going to get that wild card spot.
Right. I mean, you look, the Dodgers, for a wild card, I can't remember. Anyway, they've got like 98 wins or something already. So they may have won their division. Like I said, I haven't. I looked at it a couple of days ago, so I couldn't tell you what's going on today.
Yeah.
A lot of things changed, But donuts, they got Hertz donuts back here in the Midwest, and they're like cake. They're awful. And just like somebody else said, Dunkin' Donuts, since they're frozen, I don't care nothing about Dunkin' Donuts because usually they made them fresh there. A Krispy Kreme, they're decent. I'll eat them, but I prefer to find some place that's, the mom and pop place.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's probably the general consensus. But anyway. Okay, well, like I said, I just wanted you to look at them Oreo cookies and see how ridiculous this stuff is,
It's kind of like when they were selling the toilet paper for $400 for 4 sheets, right? Not 4 rolls, right, but 4 sheets. Right. People goofing around. All right, Scotty, thank you so much. Hey, get some showers, thunderstorms moving through outside the secret bunker at this hour. So finally, some of that rain did make it into southwest Ohio. So right about the north side of the 275 loop up to Harrison, back into Batesville, Indiana. You may be waking up to a rumble of thunder. It is 844-844-3388. Always moving. Got you coming up next. Hang in there. Back into the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced system shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits. To maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system, there's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
For anything diesel, take it to Scheid Diesel. They provide a wide variety of services and diagnostics to determine what the problem is with the latest technology. From simple oil changes and preventative maintenance to fuel system diagnostics and repairs, engine rebuilds and cylinder head repairs, and rebuilds with our in-house machine shop. They also have on-site DPF cleaning for exhaust issues and DOT inspections. If your diesel is asking for some attention, Scheid Diesel has the specialist you need for anything diesel. Located in Terre Haute and Lafayette, Indiana, and Effingham, Illinois, Scheid Diesel has you covered.
You work hard. You deserve a seat that works just as hard as you do. The Bostrom T-Series seat has provided drivers with comfort for millions of miles over the past 3 decades. Each seat is built right here in the USA and has 4-position front cushion tilt and higher low-profile air suspension with isolator. It's also equipped with many standard and optional comfort features, such as high and mid backrests, 9.4-inch fore-aft slide adjustment, adjustable armrests, and manual or dual air lumbar support systems to keep you comfortable throughout your ride. Build your T-Series seat today at BostromSeating.com and ensure your ultimate comfort for wherever the road takes you. Bostrom Seating, the ultimate comfort for the open road.
Keep the bugs off your glass and the smokies off your ass. This is the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
All right, 22 past the hour. I think Always Moving's going to chime in about the shortage at hospitals and whatnot, which with these mandates, maybe taking things from bad to worse. Then in law enforcement, Massachusetts State Troopers Union leader says dozens of troopers are resigning over the governor's executive order requiring proof of vaccination by October 17. To date, it says dozens have already submitted their resignation paperwork, some of whom plan to return to other departments, offering reasonable alternatives like mask wearing and regular testing. According to the State Police Association in Massachusetts, the state police are already critically short-staffed and acknowledged this by the unprecedented moves which took troopers from specialty units that investigate homicides, terrorism, computer crimes, arson, gangs, narcotics, and returning them to uniform patrol. That statement comes after a judge ruled against his union's request to delay the vaccine mandate deadline. We're disappointed in the judge's ruling. However, we respect her decision. It's unfortunate that the governor and his team have chosen to mandate one of the most stringent vaccine mandates in the country with no reasonable alternatives. Now, he said his union represents 1,800 members, and they want a COVID-related illness to be treated as a line-of-duty injury. You know, and that's the point. Throughout this whole thing, we've been on the front lines protecting the citizens and beyond. Simply put, all we're asking are the same basic accommodations that countless other departments have provided their first responders to treat a COVID-related illness as a line-of-duty injury. All right. Well, good morning. Always Moving. How you been?
Good morning. Thank you for taking my call. And good morning to Scarecrow. I heard my name, and I'm hoping that he had positive comments to share with you about me. I don't know, but I'm going to go with positive comments. The shortage, one of the things that people might not realize or think about is when you go to nursing school, you start out with the book work, and then you go into your clinicals. And with your clinicals, each college has places where they can put students. And when you think of a teaching hospital, such as where I work, we have students from a lot of different colleges that come, and they, in particular, work on our unit. They work in a lot of different places, and they have to work, the students will have to work at like a city type of job, like something in the state, or, a federal agency, something like that. They usually have to go to a nursing home to work. They have to go to a psychiatric area to work. They have to go to, they do labor and delivery. I mean, they go to a lot of different places to get a variety of hands-on look, see, feel experience. And what happened was when COVID hit last year, they shut all that down. And so you had all of these students that were in the pipelines that could not go out and get their clinicals. The hospitals weren't taking them in. They couldn't get back into the hospitals until this year. And so where the schools are normally churning out students every quarter, they're graduating a new group, and then the students from there have to take their boards, hopefully pass their boards, and then go on. You absolutely just stopped all of that. And the same thing happened with the doctors too. And so they were trying to push the doctors along to get them going because they knew they would need the doctors, but the nurses got caught in that pipeline. And so in particular, in my area, we have several nurses that are way behind the 8 ball because they had to put their classes and everything on hold. You can't get the hands-on experience by sitting there watching a computer and doing it online. You have to go out and touch and feel patients. You have to hear the heartbeats. You have to learn how to do injections. I mean, there's just things that you have to do hands-on, and they were unable to do that. So you are slowly, they've got that going again, getting the students back out, and the students are starting to progress and then take even those state boards, even the ones that had finished the clinicals beforehand, all of those state board tests came to a halt last year. So you had people that had finished, had signed up for their boards, and they were not allowed to go take them. And they had to sit and wait. And the longer you wait, the more you forget, it gets harder and harder. So that's part of where this backlog is coming from, is that. Plus, the traveling nurses now are getting $80 to $90 an hour because it isn't a New York problem. It is a nationwide problem of trying to find people who will come in. And there are some people who don't want to work with these kind of patients. They don't want to go into certain situations. Just like you have regular staff that just don't want to deal with it. Mm-hmm. When it came to Ebola, we had a voluntary staff that stepped up and said, okay, I'm willing to go in and treat these patients. And they got special, treatment and stuff like that. And, back when COVID started, that's how our hospital dealt with it. There were certain select people that went in to deal with those patients. Now it's very, very common. They're just, everybody deals with them. There's no, yes or no kind of thing to it. You still have to be fit tested, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, that's part of where this backlog is coming from, is trying to churn those people through that pipeline and get them cranking back out. Okay. That's part of it. And so I hope that helps to clarify for people about where that is. And there is an incredible shortage as far as staff. Plus, when you shut the hospitals down last year and you took away all of the elective surgeries and stuff, the hospital has people that are staffed. You work on a point basis. You work a full-time, 40 hours. most nurses will work 3/12s for 36 per week. And then you can drop down to where you're what they call, in our particular hospital, a contingent, where you work 8 hours every 2 weeks. You also have staff that are what they call the float staff that work for the hospital. You have, and they will work really heavy when it's busy, and then they'll tend to take the summer off when it's not so busy. You have staff within a unit of the hospital that they are contingent just on that unit, and so they will work just 8 hours on that. Well, when you shut everything down last year, this is all part of that, unintended consequences. Those people that were depending on that income were left out. They got shut out, and they weren't needed to come to the hospital to work, and so they went and found work elsewhere. So you lost a lot of those people. So here you have the people that could stay or that decided to stay, and you don't have any new nurses coming in that, can graduate to help you out. And you've lost all this other, what they call float staff that would have been hired by the hospital, hired within the hospital to cover, on this unit you're busy or here or there. It's not there anymore. You don't have that backup system. And so that's also part of where this shortage is coming from. And, you see all I'm going to kind of take a little different direction here. It's nonstop. Oh, this poor mother of 3 died of COVID. This woman who was an anti-vaxxer got sick and died of COVID, blah, blah, blah. You know what? It was their choice not to be vaccinated. It's still a choice. Steve, you smoke cigarettes. I don't. But that's your choice. And, I run down the road. I like to go running. I like to cycle. If I get hit by a car when I'm running down the road, you know what? That was my choice to run down the road. That's, it's my choice to take a bike ride. It's my choice to drive my car. And so, when I'm just really tired of the people trying to guilt you into the vaccine by trying to say, oh, look at this person, if they'd only had a vaccine. Yeah, and you know what? But that was their choice. And, well, I guess they made a bad choice. I don't know. I mean, I chose to take the vaccine. That was my choice. I don't want to force anybody into anything like that. And so I get a little tired of the advertising and what you see, put up online and stuff all the time. It is individual. It is specific. I will tell you, as far as adolescents, where they are seeing the greatest problem is in the obese adolescents. And unfortunately, with all of the processed foods that we have, the best intended parents have morbidly obese children just because of the way the food is presented in America today. And people are making choices to buy inexpensive processed food as opposed to the more expensive natural whole food. And you're resulting in obesity. Those are the children, I'm not saying all of them, but that is where we are seeing a lot of the bigger issues. And you see children with it from all ages. Some are ill, some aren't, blah, blah, blah. But that's where the discussion is about what they are seeing. And there are others that, don't fall into that, but you're also seeing the after effects of the COVID on the children, the long lasting effects with the MIS, that they're getting the multi-inflammatory system happening with them. So, and I'll tell you, I personally, on my own, did my own little study of watching people and keeping a little mark of who was wearing their mask properly. Over 1/3 of the people that I have come in contact with do not wear their mask properly. And by that, I'm not talking about the fact they washed it, that it was cloth, that it was, whatever. I'm talking about just the position on their face. A third plus are wearing them improperly.
Mm-hmm.
So again, what's the point of that?
Yeah, so many. If you've
just
got it over the mouth but not over the nose and whatnot, what's the use? And then, of course, has anything changed when it comes to eye protection, eye covering? Because the virus can enter through the eyes as well, right? All right, we're a tad bit behind, but great to hear from you. Always moving. Thank you so much. We'll get our news break and back with more. Room for you at 844-844-3388. The Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
USA Radio News.
I'm Brad Bernards. Rick Grinnell, the former acting director of national intelligence and ambassador to Germany, said on Newsmax Monday he hopes that when Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Mark Milley and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin testify this week before Congress, they are ready to answer very specific questions about the Biden administration's decision to close the Bagram airfield long before the withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan.
Military leaders are saying, wait a minute, that's not what we briefed. And the political people inside the White House are saying, well, that's exactly what they briefed. And so we need senators and we need people in Washington, D.C. to zero in on this. Who's right? Who's telling the truth and who's lying?
2 people were killed in Philadelphia on Saturday, pushing the city's total number of homicide victims this year past 400, a milestone that has only been surpassed once since 2007. This is USA Radio News.
So here's the choice. Some people say the USA is finished. It's evil, a has-been, full of hate and injustice. The U.S. Constitution should be trashed and the Bill of Rights abolished. No free speech, no gun ownership. Competition and free markets are bad. We're all too stupid. For our own good, the government must own everything and know all your secrets.
Other people say that America has created the freest, richest, happiest, most generous society that has ever existed in the world. That's why millions of people are desperate to come here and escape their brutal lives in Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea, and 100 other countries.
In America, we have the right to succeed, the right to our own living, the right to have a family, the right to believe in God, the right to have our own ideas, the right to be safe and secure, and the right to be left alone.
Where do you stand? Help us save the Constitution and restore the American dream. Go to SaveMyFreedom.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
You're listening to the Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers.
Do you have a Dodge pickup and hate your automatic transmission? Of course you do. LaVon Miller at Firepunk Diesel here, and we specialize in heavy-duty and performance transmissions for your 3/4 or 1-ton Cummins-powered truck. So if you're interested in turning your stock slush box into a towing monster, call us today at 614-733-3744 or visit us online at shop.firepunk.com.
Drivers, you demand that your equipment's reliable and dependable, and that also applies to your headset for communication. Well, our friends at Stellar Electronic have you covered. The Pluto Duo headset bundle is the best communication headset you can find in the industry. No matter the challenging environment you're driving in, the Pluto headset will make you sound crystal clear all the time thanks to their 99% noise cancellation. And the Duo's not only a stereo converter for the headset, but also a power bank so you can charge as you go. Learn more at StellarElectronic.com or visit them on Facebook.
At Hot Shot Secret, we share the science behind common diesel problems and their solutions. For example,
Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme.
Today's ultra-low sulfur fuels are cleaner, but they leave injector deposits, causing frequent DPF regens and low throttle response. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme is a 6-in-1 fuel additive recommended for all diesel engines. It is formulated with the most concentrated detergent on the market, a top-tier level cetane booster, lubricity enhancer, water demulsifier, rust and corrosion inhibitors, and a fuel stabilizer. Diesel Extreme is a once every 6-month treatment that will clean your entire fuel system, starting at the fuel tank and traveling throughout the fuel lines and fuel pump, and finally completely cleaning your injectors. Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme improves your diesel's fuel economy and eliminates excessive black smoke.
Hot Shot Secret Diesel Extreme is available nationwide at truck stops, Fine Farm and auto stores, and online at hotshotsecret.com. Hot Shot Secret, powered by science.
Diesel Army is on duty 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Burning the midnight oil with the best diesel coverage. All the tech, all the torque. Diesel Army, where there's smoke, there's fire. For the latest news and event coverage, as well as feature and tech articles, sign up for the newsletter and don't miss a thing. Visit dieselarmy.com from the Power Auto Media family of digital magazines. Again, it's dieselarmy.com.
PureFlow Air Dog, your leader in fuel air separation system technology. Our systems filter out water, particulates down to 2 micron, and remove all of the air out of your diesel fuel. This allows for nothing but pure, clean diesel fuel to reach the expensive injection system equipped in your vehicle. Not only do our fuel systems protect, they also come in a variety of flow rates to meet your performance needs. Our systems are compact and use OEM-style fittings for an easy installation. Learn more about our product at www.pureflowairdog.com and be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Protect your investment with PureFlow Air Dog.
The Overnight Drive with Steve Sommers. Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios. Call Steve now. 844-844-3388. That's 844-844-3388.
Thank you much, and welcome back. What else are we looking at here? Gotta find my little fly swatter here. Last week, if I start swinging frantically, I'm trying to get this bee. Yeah. Posted it's a meme, but it's true. Know your bees. They had a picture of this is a honeybee, and this is a bumblebee, and this is a bastard. Some little black and yellow jacket. What are yellow jackets doing up and about at 3:30 in the morning? Open the door, and he flies in, and now I can't find him. All right, well, let's see here. Got an email from Tater, who says, well, it's official. As of yesterday afternoon, Monday, October 4th, Moose Tracks Transportation will become FC Barton & Son Logistics. The boss man and I reached an agreement. He'll become the silent partner. I could not have imagined being in this position a year ago. I've been very fortunate and blessed to know Big Moose, and I'll be forever grateful to him for giving me this opportunity. Hopefully I can get the new signage on the truck so it'll be ready to be on the truck when the baby comes, October 15th. I'm excited and terrified at the same time. So many unknown things to come. I just hope I could be half the man Moose is. I don't know how a man who has suffered so much can still be so kind and generous. My father always said Moose would be a big man if he was 3 feet tall. I know what he meant by that now. I hope he enjoys his retirement. And I'll warn you now, if anyone has a parking spot big enough for that camper of his, he'll probably stop and see you. Anyway, I'm heading to London. Great show. And yeah, he sent me a photo of Big Moose's camper. That's a big one. That'll get the job done, right? Well, congratulations, I guess. Yeah, first of all, Tater, and there you go. Thanks for sharing. Hey, what's going on with Gilligan this morning?
Yeah, good morning, Steve. You was talking earlier about them about donuts. It didn't last long, but they're around they're front row, not far from where I live. I sent you a link at the place about the place. Did you happen to see that Naughty Girls Donuts?
Naughty Girls Donuts, yeah. Was that just the name of the place, or did they have like girls in bikinis behind the counter selling donuts?
Well, it's kind of funny. I went in there one time, and it's only open a couple of months. And these donuts were minimum $3-4 a piece, but they wasn't just donuts. There was different stuff on them. It was really. These donuts are like 4 or 5 inches tall. They're 4 or 5 inches around and about 2 inches thick. These wasn't just standard donuts. But where the naughty girls come in, it had a 50s theme to it. But they was wearing the little checkered dresses. They was a little short, but they wasn't outrageous. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It was tastefully done, I guess you could say, but it was a little bit on the risque side. You know what I mean? It was kind of like let's say a 40s or 50s idea that, how the pinup girls was from back in that time period. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, yeah, I thought they was overpriced, but I had to at least try it once. Yeah, they was good, but I guess they just didn't get the volume, because of the price. I seen you like one of the pictures that I put up there from the truck show there, Sarah.
Nice shirt. Nice shirt you and Marianne had on there. That was nice.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I don't know whether you mentioned it. I sent you an email about the guy, one of your listeners named Chuck there. Yeah, he thought he was hoping I was horse feathers, but I think he got rather disappointed that I was Gilligan instead of horse feathers. But oh well, that happens. Because horse feathers had mentioned coming in for it. But he texted me Saturday morning and he said he wasn't going to be able to make it because he just got back from his run. Like I think he said on Thursday night he thought that he wasn't going to have a run for Friday. So, but unfortunately, I guess they called him in. There were some rather nice trucks there. And I tried to talk Mary into letting me buy one, but she wouldn't let me. There was a nice, I don't really see the picture of me, but that blue Dodge, but I kind of wanted to buy that one. But she said, no. It was a 73 D300. It had been customized a little bit. Had an interesting transmission in it. It had a 4-speed in it, and it did a 3-speed overdrive, 2 gear shifts in it. Well, kind of like the old Mac days. The only thing is you didn't have to shift them both at once.
Mm-hmm.
The old duplex starters. I actually learned the back of the 77 Mac with a duplex. Yeah, I'm kind of telling my age there, I guess. Well, I thank you for taking my call, Steve. And if you think of it, click on that link about that Naughty Girls Donuts. There's not a whole lot of pictures, but they give you an idea, I think.
Yep.
You blow it up.
I did check that out. Yes, sir. You have a good morning. Thank you much. There you go. All right, looking at 12 before the hour. Coming up this weekend, I know Kyle's keeping his fingers crossed for good weather. It's the 8th annual Mario Knapp Memorial Car Show presented by Fiesel and Hot Shot Secret at the Quaker Steak and Lube there in Columbus, 10 a.m. till 4 in the afternoon. This is Kyle's personal car show charity fundraiser. And yes, Hot Shot Secret is a major sponsor. It has now become one of Ohio's largest car, truck, and bike shows. A big fundraiser. This year, the charitable recipient is Wigs for Kids. Since 1981, Wigs for Kids has been providing hair replacement options for kids suffering from hair loss, which, of course, has a profound impact on their self-image and their self-esteem. It's an action-packed event, family-friendly, designed to raise money for the cause. Goodie bags, dash plaques, raffle items, 50-50 drawing, live auction, live music, a huge trophy collection, face painting for the kids. So mark that on your schedule if you're going to be in the Columbus area this upcoming weekend, October the 2nd, for the 8th annual Mario Knapp Memorial Car Show, presented by Fiesel and Hot Shot Secret. Back into the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Are you having trouble sleeping? Are you tired all the time? Growing older is a fact of life. Our skin starts...
Army.com. from the Power Auto Media family of digital magazines. Again, it's dieselarmy.com.
Dean Michael, the tax doctor here. Are you tired of those tax problems following you around like a dark cloud, always in the back of your mind, losing sleep at night? Call me now and get your life back. 888-557-4020 or go to mytaxhelpmd.com. Pretending they're not there won't make them go away. The IRS isn't going to forget. They will levy your bank account and garnish your wages. Don't wait for that to happen. I'm not telling you these things to scare you. I'm telling you so you can benefit from my years of experience. Now is the time to act. 888-557-4020.
Do you have a Dodge pickup and hate your automatic transmission? Of course you do. Levon Miller at Firepunk Diesel here, and we specialize in heavy-duty and performance transmissions for your 3-quarter or 1-ton Cummins-powered truck. So if you're interested in turning your stock slush box into a towing monster, call us today at 614-733-3744 or visit us online at shop.firepunk.com.
And now, back to the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive, live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
All right, under the industry headlines, what do you see? Well, we're all familiar with Wolf Creek Pass, right? Truck driver lost his life last week on that notorious stretch of winding mountain roadway in Colorado. Single vehicle crash about 8:25 in the morning last week. I think it was Tuesday. Troopers say the 54-year-old truck driver, Rifat Podzik, was driving a 2010 Peterbilt with a trailer on Colorado Highway 160. Near mile marker 160. In an email to CDL Life, State Patrol explained the preliminary investigation shows the vehicle traveling westbound on 160 at a high rate of speed, unknown speed currently, down a steep grade. Vehicle approached a sharp left curve and steered right, impacting a cement barrier, and down the embankment, hitting several trees, breaking the tractor. The truck driver was ejected during this sequence. It is believed speed and possible brake fade or brake failure contributed to the crash. Drugs and alcohol were not suspected. They had some drone footage of the scene of the crash, though. According to the Highway Patrol, between 2015 and 2019, 47 semi-truck crashes on the west side of Wolf Creek Pass, 3 of those resulting in fatalities. Wolf Creek Pass. I remember that song well from back in the day. Tim Jim, how the heck are you this morning?
Doing okay, Steve. How about yourself?
Doing all right. Week's off to a good start. Thank you.
Well, I'm not so good. I mean, I'm running about 2.5, 3 hours late due to line haul issues. GM and our dock getting trucks off the dock. But I will do what we can with it. But let me Demon calling in there. He called me about a week ago. Said he was over here in Reading, PA, and he was going to meet me for breakfast. Can you believe that?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So, me being like the grateful person that I was, I would dump out the hamper, got in my cleanest cut-off sleeve T-shirt without any pizza cheese or tobacco stains on the front, nice cleaner pair of SpongeBob pajama bottoms, took the toothbrush and cleaned up my Jesus shoes and a decent pair of socks, and then I sat by the phone and waited, Steve. And I waited.
Uh-oh.
And I waited.
Oh, boy.
That rascal never did. He baited me all up there and gave me these high hopes of a nice breakfast. He was talking Denny's, Grand Slams, and buffets. And all I got was a daggum stale piece of toast. It's
Don, it was good talking to you last week there, but I don't know what happened. I tried calling him back, and by golly, he didn't answer the phone, so he was either snoozing or he was already eating at some other buffet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, probably found him a Buffalo Wild Wing somewhere.
Well, you know, now I know it was just bringing back the thoughts of the high school back there when you're the ugly kid.